death, the killing, the homicide of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And hopefully, actually, I shouldn't say hopefully, because I know we are going to get an update on David Anthony Burke. I'm going to pull this up right now. Just for the time being, I'll make myself just a little bigger for now until it starts. They actually just...
Oops, sorry. One sec, guys.
So maybe they will show that again. Actually, I took a picture of it. I could throw it up on Twitter while we're waiting. But something else I did take note of this morning is that on David's booking information at the inmate intake center, there now is a case number attached. So we know the case has been filed with the Los Angeles District Attorney. We just don't know if it's going to, or if it will result in charges, and if it does, which charges those will be. I am thinking here it will, or else why would they be going through this entire press conference right now? Why would they tell us ahead of time and make a whole thing about it? You know, if they weren't going to charge him, they would probably be a laughing stock, I want to say, the DA's office. Let me show you guys if you can see this.
Okay. I have Lauren's stream pulled up. Good morning, Kenny and Christina and Quarter Fate, Mystery Diva, Khaleesi. So yeah, I am pulling this up. I put a link to the stream because if you want to watch it there, and give them the clicks, or at least just give her a like, I think that'd be great. That's Lauren Conlin, and the press conference, originally they said 11 a.m. Pacific. Now they're saying 10, which is in 1 minute. It looks like they're still getting ready. And what Lauren just said is that there is a case number, which is great. So hopefully then after this press conference, we can pull up that charging document, but they'll tell us right now what the charges are. So again, hey, Mary Nash, how are you? Hey, Vague. Yeah, so let's hope we get justice for Celeste. And I'm going to pull this up bigger. So hold on one second.
Welcome. Hopefully you guys can like and subscribe to this channel as well. But I feel like I've been speculating about this case for a really long time, especially the last few days. And I think that what is concerning, and, you know, I don't want to look ahead too much, but if you saw, I did a couple podcasts with, oh, there it is, there it is, there it is. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Yeah, I don't know. So this is a good question. Like, I don't know if we're necessarily going to hear about evidence in this press conference, but look, Hawkman can technically kind of say whatever he wants, because what we know about this is that David was arrested on probable cause, not by way of indictment or complaint. So maybe, just maybe, he will share with the public what that probable cause was, right? I mean, I feel like it would be crazy if he was just like, yes, her body was found, you know, in his Tesla, blah, blah, blah. And therefore we knew that 7 months ago. Tell us something we don't know so we can sort of understand, you know, why the arrest came now. And also, will it stick? And what I meant was when I said, you know, I don't.
Also, you guys, there is Court TV, Law and Crime, all these other channels are streaming it, but I just wanted to support Lauren. So again, I have her channel. She's doing it for Los Angeles Magazine, which I'm not a fan of the magazine. I'm a fan of her. So I'm going to put, again, I'm going to give you her channel link, because this isn't her channel link. This is LA Magazine. But if it goes out, there's other ones that we can use. So I have other ones on backup, and let me pull up her channel for you so we can make sure that we give that one some love as well. Hold on.
Governor's office didn't give the DA or the LAPD what they wanted in terms of cause of death initially. I think, you know, again, we don't know, but initially, possibly they were going to rule it as undetermined. And the police and the DA's office were like, no. Like, we can't have that. And, you know, then they sealed the records, etc. I think all of that will come out, and that would definitely come out in the trial. However, it has been widely reported since then that her cause of death has now been ruled a homicide. I did reach out to the medical examiner's office last week, and I just said, is this true? I'm seeing multiple outlets report this, but they all have said, oh, a source close to, XYZ. And the medical examiner's office, they were kind of sassy in terms of like, they were like, no, there's still a hold on this case. So, can you ask the LAPD if they're going to lift the hold? I was like, oh, okay. Interesting. So yeah, that was
We'll
a
give you an update on this case here in just a minute. Just to give you an idea of what's going to happen here, we've got the Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hawkman and the Chief of Police Jim McDonald coming up, and they will be speaking to you.
Good morning. My name is Nathan Hawkman. I'm the District Attorney of Los Angeles County. With me up here is Los Angeles Police Department Chief Jim McDonald. Also at this podium on the DA side are the Assistant District Attorney Maria Ramirez, who oversees our special operations. We have John McKinney, who is our Director of Specialized Prosecutions. The Assistant Head Deputy District Attorney is Habib Balian of the Major Crimes Division. Deputy District Attorney Beth Silverman of the Major Crimes Division will be the lead prosecutor on this case. From the Los Angeles Police Department, we also have Captain Scott Williams, who's the commanding officer of LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division, the Chief of Detectives, Alan Hamilton, the Director of Specialized Prosecutions, Mike Rimkunis, and the LAPD detectives on this case, Josh Byers and Corey Farrell. Today, I am announcing the charges against David Anthony Burke, the musician known as David, spelled D4VD, in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time. These charges include the most serious charges that a DA's office can bring. That is first-degree murder with special circumstances. The special circumstances being lying in wait, committing this crime for financial gain, or murdering a witness in an investigation. These special circumstances carry with it, along with the first-degree murder charge, a maximum sentence of life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. The determination on whether or not the district attorney's office will seek the death penalty will be made at a later time. Before I get into the actual charges, and there are additional charges against Mr. Burke, including continuous sexual acts, lewd and lascivious sexual acts with an individual under 14 years old, and mutilating a human remains of a body. Before I get into the description of these charges and their seriousness, I want to look at this as a parent. I am a parent of 3 children, and a parent's nightmare is a situation where your daughter goes out one night and never comes back. As we will show in a court of law, and what I also want to make sure about that the understanding of these charges is clear, is my description of these charges is not evidence that we are going to present in court. These charges, in fact, will not be evidence in the court. Evidence will be the witness testimony, the documents, and different types of admissible testimony that we will admit into court in the prosecution, and if it leads to the eventual trial of Mr. Burke, to convince a jury of 12 people beyond a reasonable doubt that each and every one of these charges is true, as well as the special allegations and circumstances that have been alleged. Now, back to this being a parent's nightmare. On April 23rd, 2025, as been alleged by the complaint, Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time, went to Mr. Burke's house in the Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again. On September 8th, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, Miss Celeste remains, her dismembered and decomposed remains were found in 2 bags inside of a front trunk of a car registered to Mr. Burke. Thereafter began an investigation. The investigation was to determine who killed, who murdered Celeste months and months before. That investigation was carried out in unison and in partnership between the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division and the District Attorney's Office. At every point in the investigation, through the arrest and the filing of charges, the LAPD and the District Attorney's Office have worked in lockstep. There's been no disagreements amongst these entities in deciding how to proceed with this case, ultimately leading to these charges today. So what you have as well with these charges is that, again, there are 3 sets of charges that have been brought. The first-degree murder with special circumstances, and again, those special circumstances are lying in wait. That Celeste went to Mr. Burke's home on the night of April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, at his invitation, and again, was not heard from again. The second is a special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night. The third charge, in addition to lying in wait and for financial gain, is murdering a witness to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste, and the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious sexual acts committed by Mr. Burke that is the subject of count 2 of this complaint with Celeste while she was under 14 years old. I had the chance to meet with some of the family members of Celeste, and their grief is uncalculable as to what happened to their daughter. What they have demanded, what we have assured them that the District Attorney's Office working with LAPD would give them is the proof beyond a reasonable doubt on who killed their daughter, on how their daughter was killed, when their daughter was killed, and bring that killer to justice. That killer that we have now charged is David Anthony Burke. We will have questions after I speak and Chief McDonald speaks. At this point, I invite Chief McDonald to speak.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and thank you all for being here. I want to begin by expressing my deepest condolences to the parents of Celeste Rivas. No parent or any human being should have to endure what you've gone through. Today, alongside DA Hawkman and our partners at the LA County District Attorney's Office, and thanks to the tireless and hard work of our investigators at the LAPD, we're announcing the arrest and prosecution of David Burke for the murder of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas. Throughout the 7-month investigation, this department has faced criticism for how we handled the case and for our decision not to provide details. I want to be clear about something. My duty is not to fuel speculation, it's to deliver justice, and that requires patience and discipline on everybody's part. This investigation was driven by a single purpose: to secure justice for Celeste Rivas and for those who loved her. We had to be certain that nothing we did or said would ever jeopardize this case. Ms. Rivas was a reported runaway from Riverside County. During the course of our investigation, detectives learned that she had been involved in a sexual relationship with Mr. Burke when she was a minor and he was an adult. On April 23rd, 2025, Ms. Rivas arrived at Mr. Burke's home in the Hollywood Hills. That's the last time she was known to be alive. On September 8th, 2025, Ms. Rivas's dismembered and badly decomposed body was discovered in the front trunk of Mr. Burke's impounded Tesla. From that moment forward, our investigators faced an extraordinary, difficult, and complex case. The condition of her remains delayed the medical examiner's ability to be able to determine cause of death. The substantial amount of time that passed between her death and the discovery meant that crucial evidence had degraded or disappeared. And as detectives worked to uncover the truth, they also had to sift through and debunk a great deal of false information circulating publicly. These challenges were real, and they required patience, precision, and an unwavering commitment to the facts. Despite these obstacles and despite intense public pressure, our Robbery Homicide Division detectives remained steadfast in their duties. They recovered and analyzed a substantial amount of digital and forensic evidence. They stayed focused, disciplined, and committed to uncovering the truth. Their work, in close collaboration with the District Attorney's Office, has brought us to this moment today. I want to thank the District Attorney and his team, as always, for their partnership. This case demanded coordination, persistence, and a shared commitment to justice. Also, thank you to our media partners for showing up today and for sharing this important message with the public. And finally, to Ms. Rivas's family, we cannot undo the pain you are feeling. Our hope is that today brings some measure of accountability and a step in the journey toward healing. Please know that the Los Angeles Police Department remains fully committed to seeking justice on behalf of your daughter. Thank you.
So at this point, we'll take questions.
Anything more you can tell us about the fact that she was a witness in the pending investigation, that she reported the abuse, who was doing that investigation?
The details of the allegations that have made, particularly with that special circumstance, will be produced in court.
Did you determine cause of death and the difficulty it was to determine both the manner, cause, and date?
So with respect to the coroner's report, we will be seeking quite quickly to provide an order to the court that now allows the coroner to release that report to the public.
Do you believe that he acted from the BBC between the finding of the body of Celeste's body or her remains? Why has it taken so long for an arrest to be made?
I think the police chief got it right, that in a situation where you don't have an eyewitness account, or we can't point to a video that shows the killer killing someone, you have to go through the very rigorous and thorough investigation to look at all the digital and forensic evidence. You have to speak with witnesses, often who are cooperative and some who are not cooperative, in order to obtain all the information necessary to decide who did what, when, how, and what their mental state was at the time. That is what we've been doing over the last, between September 8th, roughly, and today when we bring these charges on April 20th. So again, it's a type of case that you want to make sure you get maximum information. And by the way, if there's anyone out there that has material information about this particular murder or any other actions taken by Mr. Burke, please come forward to the Los Angeles Police Department, come forward to the LA County DA's office, and report that information.
Mr. Hawkman, there are other people who were aware of this relationship. Is it possible that you will be arresting other people within his circle, and did he act alone in this death?
Again, with respect to whether or not there's any other individuals or we're going to take any other actions, you will know about them if we do, but at this point, I'm not commenting.
Do you believe that you know how she was killed beyond it being homicide? The actual cause of death?
The coroner's report will be released shortly. Because it is not currently released, I'm not going to be commenting.
But was it determined, not that, if you won't say what it was, but has it been determined how she was killed beyond it being homicide?
The coroner has made a determination on how Celeste died, and at the point that the coroner's report becomes public, we'll be able to comment on it.
Was there a specific breakthrough last week? Is there physical evidence that ties David to this murder?
There is physical evidence and there is forensic and digital evidence that we intend to present in court to prove these charges beyond a reasonable doubt.
Only a couple more questions.
Yes.
Your investigation, and just to his question, are you able to tell us exactly what the smoking gun is? And also, if you can address the issue of his visit to Santa Barbara and that, how does it connect with the murder?
So with respect to the actual details of the evidence we're going to be presenting in court, I'm not going to do that today. As far as the concept of a smoking gun, the smoking gun is the totality of the evidence that we're going to bring to prove any case, whether it's this case or any case, beyond a reasonable doubt.
Is there any evidence that you accused that are under internal
An investigation is ongoing. If information comes forward on any with respect to any additional crimes, we will certainly investigate it.
One more
Yes.
question, one more.
There's so much discussion about the difficulties in this case. The chief talked about it as well. What makes you confident you can prove these allegations?
What makes us confident is the totality of the evidence that has been obtained by the LAPD robbery homicide, by the work that the district attorney's office has done, that has led us to the point where we believe we can prove each and every one of these three charges and the special circumstances and the special allegation beyond a reasonable doubt.
Thank you, everybody. We, if you raise your hand if you have Spanish language and you need a Spanish language translation. Okay, keep your hands up. My team will come around to you and we will have somebody have you.
Thank you very, very much.
Just the timeline.
Sorry, everybody. Thank you.
You said has she been missing 2024 or 2025?
Oops, sorry, I was muted. So, you guys, CJ is here. Basically, I was just writing this down, what was happening while it was going on. So basically, he got first-degree murder with special circumstances, which there was 3 special circumstances: lying in wait, it was committed for financial gain to maintain his lucrative career that Celeste threatened that night, and murdering a witness to an investigation. The investigation had to do with what the second charge is, which is lewd and lascivious sexual acts with a minor under 14. So apparently that must have been under investigation. And then the third charge was mutilating a corpse. And what they're saying is that on April 23rd, Celeste, that was the last time that we really ever saw or heard from her. So I'm guessing they're saying that that is the night that all this happened. I don't know what evidence they have to prove that. Sorry, you guys, that is my washer and dryer. This was all kind of last minute. So CJ, what do you think?
Dude, I just posted into the chat that what the heck was going on with those like there was 2 guys. I don't know if it was the same guy, but the guy that was like the loudest that you could really hear, which is another thing. It's like, dude, speak up. You're asking a question. We all want to hear it. But he did ask some good questions, but then everybody else just kept asking the same question, like about the evidence, which was just so frustrating because there was just so much more important info, such as, you know, the grand jury question that's been lingering and his parents and
well, I mean, obviously they're not, the grand jury thing is over because oh wait, he's back on. Hold on.
I wonder why.
In order to obtain, or we can't put book.
Do you believe that he from the BBC?
This will be produced in court.
Case is being filed. So I know
Hold on one sec, you guys.
Right now. You can say the DA is announcing that charges are being filed. Being done as we speak. Arraignment should be at 1:30 today. So Department 30.
It goes back to him. They said the arraignment today is going to be at 1:30. It sounded like. Hold on, because I did see more action on here.
I'm just saying, I wanted to ask him, like, what happened to the grand jury that they just decided to indict him this way? Like, maybe some of the legal people can chime in.
I mean, legal people don't know everything. Let's see what they're saying.
It's to an investigation. DA Hawkman is now taking questions in that press conference. Let's go back in.
The details of the allegations that are made, particularly with that special circumstance, will be produced in court.
Did you determine cause of death and the difficulty was to determine both the amount of cause and date?
So with respect to the coroner's report, we will be seeking quite quickly to provide an order to the court that now allows the coroner to release that report to the public.
Well, that's going to be good. I can't wait. The coroner's report we've been waiting on, and they wanted to share it a while back. And so I think that will be pretty telling. Let's see what else. I think this is just a repeat. But let's see.
From the BBC, between the finding of the body of Celeste's body or her remains, why has it taken so long for an arrest to be made?
I think the police chief got it right. That in a situation
Yeah,
where you
it
don't
is.
have an eyewitness account, or we can't put.
Yeah, well, basically, I mean, I don't think they really need to tell us what happened at the grand jury. Whatever they did, they got enough.
But
And
what happens with the parents' appeal, though? Like the parents appealed to testify. Are the parents going to be called to testify? I mean, I guess they couldn't tell us that, but
yeah,
that
I
was
mean, I
my.
guess what they're saying is that they have enough without the parents, which is kind of cool. I mean, that's kind of like, it's kind of like, well, F you guys, we're going to do it anyways. And it sounds like her family said that after this, that they were going to do their own press conference. So that's just kind of why I was waiting on this stream
To decide who did what, when, how, case, or any case.
They're going to do it outside the steps, right? That's what
Yeah,
they
they said
said.
they were going to do it after. So I mean, I'll just leave this on silent. But yeah, so I think again, first degree murder. So this isn't. It's kind of funny. What was his lawyer's name? They all said the same last name, right? Burke.
Yeah, Blair Burke.
Blair
So
Burke.
she's like a super, like, high profile. She's gotten people. That one case that I saw where I was like, that dude was obviously guilty, and she got him off with like nothing. It was that sports guy, the NFL guy, who basically was like texting and driving and hit somebody, and it was like obvious. Like I think he was even caught like on video doing it. I don't know. It was like the craziest case.
Well,
I have to revisit it, but that I was like, dang, she really did that. Like I don't know. She's
well,
got like some Jose Bias vibes on her.
basically, all I was gonna say is just like she put out that funny statement where she was just like, he was not arrested and he is not like he's detained. No, honey, he is arrested. Not only is he arrested, he's arrested on first degree murder with 3 special circumstances and yeah, lewd and L&L acts with a minor and mutilating a corpse. So
Ugh, that makes me
which
sick.
I'm just glad, and you guys correct me, maybe I'm mishearing it, but he did say mutilating a corpse, right? It wasn't like it happened when she was alive. It was the corpse, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. But yeah, so her family is supposed to be making now a statement soon as well. So I'm just making sure that I have all the different streams for this pulled up because I want to hear what her family has to
Yeah,
say.
pull it up. I had put in the chat about Neo. Like, okay, did you guys notice or did you guys catch when he said that there was like people cooperate? Like, when they asked, like, what kind of evidence do you have or whatever? And he was like, witness testimony or something. I don't know, maybe we should play it back, but he said something like people who are cooperating now, which made me think of Neo. Because remember, he wasn't cooperating and then he did? Or maybe I just
Yeah,
heard it
I
that way.
mean, maybe he got like some sort of plea deal or something and uh like I mean obviously some Steve oh that's who I wanted to look at. SF Investigates, let me pull him up right now.
Oh,
So
that's what he said. Carm said that he said it was hard to get witnesses to talk. So I think he's talking about Neo right there. That's what made me think of Neo.
well it could be Neo. I mean obviously if they thought his parents were witnesses something it was hard for them to talk. Wow, so Steve SF Investigates, he hasn't said anything just yet. But yeah, so basically we're going to get the coroner's report, which the medical examiner had wanted to put out for a while now. So that will be good. Lauren Conlon has said there's a case number. And so that's good. We'll be able to see more. But I mean, he pretty much spelled out exactly what it is. And again, I was literally making the slide for it as he was speaking to make sure I didn't miss anything. And the only thing I didn't add on there was the last part of the timeline where he just said on September 8th that's when her body was found. So, but it sounds like they're saying that on the night of April 23rd. So that's a long time. April, May, June, July, August, 5 months. That's a long, oh my God. And the car we saw, how long were they tracking the car movement? Do we know?
I'd have to pull up Lauren's timeline. I'm on my phone, so I can't pull it up. But remember, we had Lauren Collin has a timeline on her thing that no, but it doesn't have the car stuff. Who had the car timeline? I think
Well,
it was SF Investigates has the
probably
car
SF
timeline.
Investigates,
How
but
many times they moved the car back and forth? Because it seemed like the car had been getting moved since I think early February, if I'm correct. And then it was getting moved
well,
around. It had gotten a ticket.
they're saying that she died in April though.
Yeah, that is weird. April. No, wait, April of what year? April
2025.
of 2025. Yeah, that is weird.
April. It was April.
So maybe it just got ticketed because it was just parked and that was just like not related. Like it just had gotten ticketed because they didn't know like where to park it.
When was the ticketed?
I'm pretty sure there was one in February, but I could be wrong. I could have my dates wrong. But I'm pretty
Okay,
sure
well,
that
let's
there was a ticket in February.
let's
We
wait
need to
and
get that timeline. Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to put anything out there that's not true. So let's see what the if we can pull that, if we can get that information, I'll pull that up.
Let me see if I can look while I'm in here, but I don't think I can. Yeah, no. Am I still in here? Can you still hear me?
Do you want me to pull you out?
Yeah, let me go find it and then I'll come right back, okay?
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. They're just doing some commentary on Court TV, which I mean, I don't know how much commentary they're gonna be able to give. I'm gonna just see really quick if if there's gonna be any updates on Celeste's family on her on her press conference. I'm really curious to see what they say. Oops, that is the wrong channel. Wow. So what do you guys think? Let me check in with the chat. What is this? What is this on? Did I change the channel? No, this is the press conference still. Okay, it's commercial. So let's go back to I'm just gonna switch it on a different thing real quick. Here you go. What do you guys think? Yeah, they said it was the last time she was seen alive. April. Yeah. Well, that's true. No, but what I'm saying is with CJ's timeline, she was saying that somehow they thought maybe that she was gone by February or something. But he did say something like on that fateful night or like on that night, she did something that threatened his career. So that's why I think that they know the day she actually died. And we can go back to that part. I'm all about re-listening, making sure I get all the information right. You didn't even know who David was before following me? Well, I didn't know who he was until I was doing true crime with CJ, and then she was the one who was like really into it and had been looking it up for a long time. Okay, so CJ just sent me something. Let me see. She's sending me the timeline. I just like to make sure that we all always get the facts straight. So here was his timeline. Yeah. Okay, let me show this. So according to him, this Tesla, let me see if you guys can see this. Yeah, okay, so his Tesla looks like it got a ticket in August of 2024, okay, standing in the alley, but then it didn't get another one. Okay, so it did get one in two in February back to back, and then not again until September. So they're saying that she was alive after these two tickets. So, you know, I don't know, but we don't know how many times it was moved, right, between these. So these are just the citations. I see what she's saying there. Oh my goodness, you guys. I really want to hear what her family has to say. Oh, okay. So now Court TV is gone. It just ended. Let me see if they're going to pull up another one for her family. If not, let's just go. We'll see what Lauren's says. We can go to hers. Okay, so they're setting up outside, it looks like. We're going to switch to her stream.
Let's get the mug shot up.
We'll just wait and see if there's any action there. That's really weird. Court TV just kind of went bye-bye. Okay, now they're live again. Let me see. Nope. Well, good thing that Lauren is still alive. Yeah, so I think they're going to probably make another stream for her family's one is what I'm guessing. But yeah, hold on. Let me pull you guys back up. Some people in this world are just evil, period. I agree. And you know who said that was, remember the judge for the Murdaugh case? So he was a judge for the Samantha, I'm going to forget her last name right now, but she was killed by this guy who picked her up randomly, like she was a college student. Oh my gosh. And this guy picked her up and just like killed her in the car. And I think he stole her purse and stuff. And she fought back really hard. And there was a lot of evidence. He dumped her body in this like turkey hunting field and some turkey hunters found her. And that same judge, that Clifton Newman, I think is his name, and he was I remember when he told the guy's parents, he's like, some people are just evil. And he's like, and he says he's seen it, and I agree. I totally agree. And whatever happened with David, I think there's evil in him. Hello, CJ. Okay, so we did pull up the parking tickets. Thanks for getting that.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify. I wasn't trying to like spread misinformation or anything. I literally like saw that he was
No,
ticketed
no,
in
no.
February. So just to
I think
clarify,
that's
but
good.
yeah, I just wanted to clarify that was the post
Thank
that I was
you.
thinking about.
Thank you. And those
Was the
were
February ticket.
citations, which is
Mhm.
interesting because those were the citations. And then, but did we ever, because for some reason, didn't we find out like when it was moved or no?
There is a timeline for that, but I couldn't like scroll to look for it. And
Okay.
yeah, so I couldn't find that one. The posts weren't loading
Well, you know
for.
who's going to have it is the investigators will have it because the Teslas, I mean, they're pretty
It's on that
sophisticated.
stream I did. It's on. I know for sure because I included it in that stream. Was the towing timeline the very first stream I did? So I'll have to go back and check it.
Well, yeah, because I think, let me see if I can find it. Because basically all I was going to say for that was that it did, so it appears according to what the press conference was saying is that, and here, let me go back to it, is that, yeah, so apparently she was alive up until, we know the last day she was seen alive was April 23rd, 2025. So he had gotten 2 tickets in February and then none again until this one. But again, like CJ said, the car was moved a lot. And I do remember, I thought that we had seen that. So maybe you're the one who had pulled it up, found it somewhere. But yeah, again, a Tesla will tell us like every single time that car was moved. And so the whole reason I brought that up was because it goes back to what you were saying is like, someone, this wasn't like a one person job. Someone else must have had to know something. And I did think it was interesting. I don't know how you interpret it, CJ, because like I think there's different interpretations in the chat, but like the way that I heard him say what was happening, he said like on that fateful night, April 23rd, he said that she did something that threatened his career. So is he saying that they know that that was the date she died?
I have to rehear it. I didn't hear him say "Fateful Night," or I just heard
Okay,
him
we
say
can go
that it
back.
was. I just heard him say that it was for monetary gain, and
Yeah, I
that's when
heard
I was
that.
like, oh my god, like is he gonna like is this some Illuminati shit? Like is it the sacrifice so he could get his career? And then it was like, oh no, it was because she was threatening his career, and then he would lose all his money. So I was like, oh okay, false alarm. But because there's like the whole rumors of sacrificing someone for your career. I was like, oh my God, is he going to bring up the bloody shirts? But I
I
mean,
don't
it's going to be interesting because of those. I want to cover it from the Drake versus UMG style. Because you know how like that appeal and all that is talking about like rap lyrics and how they can be used. And there's all these laws in different states. Right now, I think the 4th state just came into law on using rap lyrics for like criminal trials and stuff. And so I'm going to be like super interested in whether or not they're going to use his music because there's a ton of songs
Yeah.
talking about like the underage stuff and just like the mutilation stuff. I just found a post too that he like reposted and liked from this guy Chase something, I forget what his name is, a couple days ago, that it's so gruesome too. And maybe that's where he got the idea to like mutilate her, but it's literally him. It's this guy doing like I don't know if it's like a music video or what it is, but he's basically mutilating a girl, and David liked it. And so I was just like, well, did he get the idea from here? Like, and they used to hang out. It was him, Neo, and this Chase kid. And so I'm like, were they just like demented and like thought this was like fun, and then David took it seriously?
I
So
don't
I've
know.
been
It
looking
sounds
into
like,
that rabbit hole.
well, it sounds no. Well, okay. Let me go back because the way that it sounded, according to what he was saying. So I mean, maybe I just heard it wrong, but what he was saying was that he was under investigation for his relationship with her already, because he is also getting charged with murdering like a witness to an investigation. So like that was already going to threaten his career. I don't know exactly. I mean, this is just like what Hawkman's saying, but I did want to just go back to that one part. Let's see if we can find it.
Yeah, I perceived it as the investigation is her runaway investigation. That's the way I saw it. I don't know if he was being investigated himself. I thought he meant like, you know, because there was an open case in Riverside of her running away.
Okay,
I
here.
think
He's
he
going to
got
say the
maybe.
part right here. Oops. Can you guys, I'm still on the stage. Let me know if you can hear this.
3rd, 2025, has been alleged by the complaint.
It's muted. I can hear it.
Celeste.
You can't hear it? CJ, you can't hear it? CJ?
Yeah, I don't know if there's documentation of that case, Carm. Oh, we lost DFJ. Oh no, we lost her. Yeah, I don't know if there's documentation on that case or not. Oh, there she is.
Let me try doing that again. I was sharing it and then I was saying your name, but I felt like you did not hear me or.
But I know that there was an open runaway case.
Okay, we're going to listen to this part again. I just want to make sure that we can all hear it together. Okay, let me go back.
Now, back to this being a parent's nightmare. On April 23rd, 2025, has been alleged by the complaint. Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time, went to Mr. Burke's house in the Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again. On September 8th, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, Miss Celeste's remains, her dismembered and decomposed remains, were found in 2 bags inside of a front trunk of a car registered to Mr. Burke. Thereafter began an investigation. The investigation was to determine who killed, who murdered Celeste months and months before. That investigation was carried out in unison and in partnership between the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division and the District Attorney's Office. At every point in the investigation, through the arrest and the filing of charges, the LAPD and the District Attorney's Office have worked in lockstep. There's been no disagreements amongst judges. Is that, again, there are 3 sets of charges that have been brought. The first-degree murder with special circumstances, and again, those special circumstances are lying in wait. That Celeste went to Mr. Burke's home on the night of April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, at his invitation, and again, was not heard from again. The second is a special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night.
On that particular night, that's why it was like, it doesn't mean he killed her that night, but on that particular, why did he say on that particular night she was threatening his career?
That's a good question. I mean,
financial gain
because she came back
to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste, and the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious sexual acts committed by Mr.
Oh, so it wasn't the runaway. It was into
this complaint.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I was taking notes for this whole thing, and my notes
it was an investigation into the lewd acts.
He was having a relationship with a minor.
With Celeste while she was under 14 years old. I had the chance to meet with some of the.
Okay, so I'm still checking the other streams, and it looks like her parents are not there yet, or at least no one's outside. They're still setting up, it looks like, but I don't see an attorney or nothing. But yeah, so he's just saying, like, on that night when she was there, she threatened, and then he's saying that he was lying in wait, like he lured her there that night, like with a purpose. That's the language that I'm picking up here, and you don't have to be a lawyer to be able to pick up cues. And that's what I'm picking up from him. It could be maybe he lured her there and nothing happened that night and it was a different night. But he's saying that on that night she threatened his career. So.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what comes up in evidence.
Yeah, I mean, we have to look, because he said that lying in wait, and that he lured her there. So that makes us assume, possibly text messages, right? Or something from a phone. If he lured her there, I mean, what other ways there to communicate, or maybe, like, do they still do the Snapchat things? Like people messages on there? I don't know. maybe something like that, or like you said, maybe
No,
it's
it's gonna probably be Discord, and I think that the SF Investigate stuff is gonna have legs. All the stuff that they were saying, like, oh, that email's not true or whatever. To me, it seems like now it's more likely that it has legs, only because if there was already an investigation, then maybe I'd have to go back and build the timeline from SF Investigate
yeah.
stuff, like the towing stuff, and then that email. When was that email sent? Because remember, according to that email, it said, hey, you have Celeste, there's a minor in his house. You need to do something about it. So I'm wondering
Well,
if there's any legs to that.
yeah, I mean, if that's true, if there was an investigation, they would probably have been asking, people close to him and close to her, and um, which is interesting because it almost seemed like they didn't care that she was missing, like she wasn't reported for missing. So I just want to know, like, but then somehow it was reported that the relationship, somehow, so maybe it even wasn't even from her family, but they're going to tell us soon. It looks like I'm checking in right here. See on Lauren, who I had tagged, or her, that channel is pinned. And I also put Lauren's actual channel instead of the LA Mag channel, because I think that her channel is really cool. And I'm looking just to see if there's any more. Yeah, Court TV does not have the press conference for her family yet. Let me see if Law and Crime does. Yeah, no, so we'll just keep it on this one for now to see, because they said they were going to do it shortly after. But wait, didn't they say actually they were going to do it after he was indicted, not after the press conference? Because supposedly, this is just what I heard in the background noise, was that like the indictment was going to happen now, like at 1:30, or like in 2 hours. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it said that it was going to be in 2 hours, but go look on Lauren's. She had the statement from the family. It shouldn't be too far down, but she does post a ton. But that's where the dad spoke up, or the lawyer, which the lawyer, I looked into the family lawyer, and he's really good too. Like, he's super, super good. And he specializes in wrongful death civil suits. So we think that he's probably gonna, file something here against the estate
I mean, it
of
doesn't
David
say
and
the
trying to get the
time.
money and stuff.
It just says Celeste, her family is invoking Marcy's law ahead of David's arraignment.
Okay. It doesn't say. I thought there was a point where it said that,
Oh,
like, where they were going to be
ahead of
speaking.
the arraignment. So the arraignment's at 1, so maybe they are going now. Yeah, and basically, for those that don't know, like, so Marcy's law, I mean, it's just like a victim's law, like a victim's right law. There's different parts of it, but I mean, one of them, that like the main one that I know about, and I think if Fagan Ambiguous is still in here, she'll know this one too. With the Cain Velasquez case, the Santa Clara County DA did not follow Marcy's law and did not tell the family. They're supposed to tell the family of a crime, like a crime like this, that if the pedo is released. They did not tell the family. So Cain Velasquez was caught by surprise when the guy was told to go home and come back Monday to get his ankle monitor, because the ankle monitor person across the street wasn't there on that Friday. So then Cain saw the pedophile, who he thought had been locked up, driving around on a Monday, and he went crazy and chased after him and took some shots. But everyone was okay except for still his kid, his poor kid. That trial is coming up soon. It kept getting delayed. Hello, Tiffany said, do we know how he will be pleading? If this goes to trial, it'll be a good one to watch. Oh, he's pleading not guilty. Like, but I don't know exactly what they have, and if it's going to be like a he said, she said when it comes to like what actually happened to her in the end. But it sounds like they at least have enough like forensic, or is that the right word? Digital data maybe, or technology data that
Digital forensics.
Digital forensics. Okay, thank you. Digital forensics to like kind of have some sort of timeline. Like they really pinpointed that date, and saying that like she threatened his career that day for some reason that night. And again, we're hopefully, I think we did have some sort of timeline when that car was moved and stuff, but I think it's going to not be that hard to put together, because these don't seem like the smartest, don't be criming. These don't seem like the smartest crime people. I think the cadaver bag is going to sink them. Whoever credit card that cadaver bag is on has a lot of explaining to do, in my opinion. Let me go back and see if there's anything going on the steps of that. Nope, I don't see anything there. Just the beautiful Lauren. And let me and I'm gonna give you guys her X again in case you don't follow her on X, and also I like her YouTube channel, which is not the one that's on right now. That's LA Mag, so we'll make sure to give you that one as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. They're first degree murder. I mean, it's no joke, and they must have enough, in my opinion, to be doing this. All right, so this is Lauren's X.
Yeah, I think that the thing that I worry about is how long the corpse was there. I mean, obviously, we have to look at what the digital forensic stuff, but we know that in the Casey Anthony case, we thought it was like a sure deal. And we talked about a little bit about it when we were doing the Aaron Spencer. Remember, Sarah was talking about like Casey Anthony was not an overcharging, it was mostly like other stuff or whatever. But I just worry about like when a body gets decomposed and stuff. And he didn't answer the question outright about whether the medical examiner knew her cause of death. Like, because there's all these theories of like, well, what if it was an overdose and then he just tried to like hide the crime or whatever? Or what if,
Well, he's saying it wasn't that. He's saying
yeah,
very specific. If like you ask me, that it was it was premeditated. It was oh my gosh, I just put her channel. Okay, so I'm gonna pin this now. All right, so I pinned Lauren's YouTube channel. So if you guys aren't subscribed to that or follow that, I think that's a good one to have. So and then I have this one pulled up. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think that they're overcharging here. I mean, maybe what I guess, like you said, we have to see what they have. But because the person that seemed the most confident to me in all of this, part of the investigation, was the medical examiner, because their statement, they did not mince their words. They said that this should be released. It sounded like they kind of knew what happened to her, despite like how decomposed she was. And they said that's going to be released sometime soon. So hopefully today. And if anyone's going to get it first, I really think it's going to be Lauren. She'll get it. And I'm very
SF Investigates just posted about the April 23rd date if you want to pull that up.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Let me go get it. CJ's doing all this on her phone, by the way. She doesn't have her computer because normally, she's the tab queen. Okay, I see it. Let me get it. Okay, April 23rd, 2025 is the date detectives have zeroed in on in the murder of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Just 2 days earlier, David announced that pre-sale tickets for the Withered Tour would go on sale on April 23rd and proclaimed that he was back. That raises even more questions about who knew what and when and who stood the most to lose. Or who stood to lose the most. Hopefully, more charges are still to come. More charges. Does he mean more people or more charges for? Interesting. If David is arraigned this afternoon, I will be there to watch him led into a cage. If he fights the charges, I will be there every day of the trial. Oh, I'm excited. He is spicy. And look at him pulling up receipts. Because remember, he was hired to investigate, right, for the landlord of the property. So he has also, yeah, very, very good call, CJ. Him and Lauren both have the most receipts, I think, of this.
Yeah,
And
they were following it the closest.
yeah. But so, wow. So that's really interesting. He had to get rid of her right before he went on tour or right before the tickets went on sale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because like
that's
maybe
what
an
it seems to be saying.
investigation but see, that's the thing. If they're investigating, here's what I don't get. If they're investigating his like relationship with a minor, then wouldn't it be worse if you off that minor? Like, wouldn't that be a lot worse if she goes disappearing and then her body's found in a car? I don't.
I'm thinking if he thought, because I gotta look at the tour timeline. That's why I wish I had my computer so I could simultaneously. That's what I'm trying to Google right now, is because what dates he was on tour and stuff. Because I'm thinking that maybe he thought he could get rid of the body bags before, and like something happened, or like he thought he was gonna be back before the tour. Like I think that he honestly, or like your theory where they had that incinerator or whatever, and remember your theory was that maybe they saw in the box or something like, oh, you can't do this in like a public
Yeah.
place or whatever.
Yeah, they would have it would have caused like people to come. This is what this says. I don't trust this Google AI shit ever. They get things wrong all the time. But this is saying that these were the tour dates. Oops, is it sharing? Yeah, I don't know if you see those, but I don't know if I trust that. Like, I'd rather see it from like, SF Investigates or someone who knows their stuff. I think this, whenever Google
Well,
gives
no,
this,
because he went on tour. What did it start? Hold on, because I'm in the chat, so I can't see. Okay, so it started April 27th. So yeah, right after the April 23rd. So that's what I'm saying. Like maybe in those 4 days between the 23rd and the 27th, because obviously they must have some kind of footage or something, or an iPhone or like ping. Because remember when SF Investigates said that he talked about something about the iPhones pinging, and he's like, anybody who had their iPhones in that room um, is going to be like, you can connect to the Wi-Fi. So anyone who was there when Celeste was there will know who you are at one point, he said. So I wonder if they have her phone, because what I wonder is pinning her to that April 23rd, either some kind of surveillance or a neighbor or like Neo talking, or I wonder if there was a stream. I have to go back and see if there was a stream in April, if that's something that was known that she was seen. Because I thought her last known picture was back in February too, or January. No, January is when he was
so,
saying that the
so here's interesting, because remember you were talking about February. So she was first reported missing. It looks like the first time she was reported missing was February 15th, 2024.
Yeah, that's
And
why a lot
then,
of us thought it had happened in February, but then
yeah,
she was reported missing
but
again, and that's when we saw
that's
the neighbor video.
2024 though. And then in April 2024, reported missing. And then May 2024, last confirmed telephone contact with family. And then it shows her alive in
But then it might not
September.
have been her in May, right? Like, who knows? I mean, so then maybe it was, because he never says that she was off on April 23rd. He just says that's the last time
This is
she
all in
was seen.
2024, CJ, all before 2025 April.
Oh, all before. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so
I
this
got
is
you.
all before that April 20, because he's saying April 23rd, 2025. So I'm just going through the timeline. This is still 2024. Surveillance footage shows Reeves alive at a family home. And then we get into 2025, all right? Digital evidence suggests she was alive. And then the estimated time of death was that spring. And then the car was registered to Burke, was parked on this avenue, Bluebird Avenue, in July. And the car was ticketed, what you said, that in August, and then towed in September, and the body was found September 8th. And so someone needs to update this page and add in that April 23rd date is when they're saying that she was alive. But I just feel like Hawkman, and who knows, I feel like he always goes for the dramatics. So maybe he was being a little dramatic, but he just made it seem like that night she threatened his career. And like you're saying, the tour announced on the 24th, you said?
The 23rd, it says. That's what
So the
SF
same day
Investigates.
yes,
It's on the same
tour.
day.
Wow.
And then he went on tour, like his first stop, according to that Google, was the 27th. So I'm wondering if that's when it happened. Because I remember that the last time we thought that she was alive was that January 2025 photo that SF Investigates found. But he has a lot of receipts, so I want to go back into his timeline, into his X, and build the timeline from there. Well, use Lauren's timeline and then, fill it in with all his stuff, because he had the email stuff, and I believe that had a date next to it. Let me
I
go see
want
if
to
I can
know,
just type in email and see if it pops up. Hold on.
what did you take of this line though? Like, maybe I'm just looking too much into it. Hold on, let me just share this. Where he says, hopefully more charges are still to come. Do you think that he means for David or for the other people?
For probably the other people, because he's still under the impression that other people knew. And
Yeah,
I
he
mean, we
really.
know that Asia was around Celeste. We know that Neo the Asian was around Celeste.
Did you
Now,
ever
do we
find?
know? Go ahead.
Did you ever find that video you said where they said it smelled?
No, I haven't found that one. I have to go look for that one. I totally forgot about that. But he's talking about Josh Marshall. SF Investigates is even talking about his manager, because I believe that there's evidence, and I don't want to, because this is your channel, but so I'm just speaking of what I remember, and obviously I don't have it right here to show proof of it or whatever. But I remember there was a picture of Celeste at Josh Marshall's wedding or something like that. So either they thought she was overage, or, and I think SF Investigates had that one too. So let me see if I could just pull him up. Like, I'm trying to use the search bar, but he posts so much that
So
I
here,
have to
I'm
find a
just going to
certain
pull something
keyword.
up for you here. Okay, so this was something from him from September. Okay, So this was 17. So this was 9 days after she was found. And he's saying that regarding the timeline of the apparent homicide of Celeste Rivas found in a Tesla registered to David, LAPD was called to the impound yard on September 8th after the car had been there for 2 days. And okay, so that he said David's current tour began August 5th in Del Mar, California, meaning the Tesla was abandoned just before the tour started.
That's okay. The Josh Marshall email was in February of 2024. So that was when she first ran away. They're like, there's been talk that the artist David possibly has something to do with the disappearance of 13-year-old Celeste Rivas. If that statement holds any merit, please do the right thing and take her home. Her parents are very worried. So that was when she disappeared in February. That's the email that SF Investigates has. So that wouldn't be current. But let me see if I can find the picture of the wedding. But he's saying that he literally made a statement. Josh Marshall said that he didn't know. Because the one thing is that supposedly she had a fake ID that said she was 17. So I don't know who actually knew her real age or what, if David knew her real age or what. But either way, she would have still been a minor at 17.
Here it is. I got it. Early in the case, I released information about an email that had been sent to David's manager, Josh Marshall, and another person notifying them that Celeste Rivas Hernandez was a missing person. Josh publicly denied this in TikTok comments, claiming it wasn't true. However, an alleged copy of that email was leaked tonight on Reddit. The screenshot circulating online is said to be one that Josh himself took, sent to David, and then who then forwarded it to one of Celeste's friends. And there will be more that proves this was a known relationship between an adult and child. Yeah, so see right here, you're right. This said February 19, 2024, 4:30 a.m. Why are all these people manic emailing each other from in LA at like all these weird hours? It says there's been talk that artist David possibly has something to do with the disappearance of 13-year-old Celeste Rivas. If the statement holds any merit, please do the right thing and take her home. Her parents are very worried. So, and we don't know who that's from, right? It just says it's to the manager. Right, CJ?
Yeah, it just says that it's to the manager, but he's
So we don't know
denying
who
that
sent
email
that.
is real.
So we don't know who sent that though, right? That never came out.
Mm-hmm. No, we don't know who actually sent that. Okay, so yeah, I guess it wasn't Celeste at the wedding because I'm looking at the picture. So it just shows David at his wedding. Oh, because Josh Marshall was basically, I know what the wedding stuff was about now. It was because Josh Marshall was like trying to distance himself from David and saying like, I wasn't in his day to day, blah, blah, blah. And then people called him out and were like, he was literally at your wedding. And I'm mixing that up with, there's a picture of Celeste sitting next to David's brother at a show. But so that's why I'm saying, like, people knew. Did his family know? But did they know her age? That's the thing. If people around him knew of her and knew that they were together, the second thing would be like, did they know her age? And especially if she was lying about her age or, could pass as being older.
Tiffany says, is this David Person a big artist? I've never heard of him, but I don't really follow new music. Well, CJ will tell you he was very big. He had a statue in Houston, like a huge giant statue. What was it called? The Flow something?
It's the Statue of Fields or whatever.
Yeah, Statue of Fields. Like a giant statue, like for him. He was making a lot of money. I mean, he was on tour, and Trish asks, hold on, they had an incinerator. So it was a burn cage. And the thing that SF Investigate said is like, you cannot use those in a residential neighborhood. This is not like a little thing. Like when you light something there, it blows up and it looks like a giant fire. And immediately he's like, people would be especially in LA, there would be fire trucks there right away. So if that's how they wanted to get rid of her, you couldn't do it in LA. Like you could not do it in a residential neighborhood. So I think they abandoned that idea. But the fact that there's cadaver bags is alarming. And here's what I don't understand. So he's with this girl, and why, like, she keeps running away. So it just is putting a bigger target. Why doesn't he oh my God, hold on. Why doesn't he just I mean, he shouldn't be with a minor to begin with, okay? But I'm just trying to play this out. Like, it makes it worse if she keeps running away. Why doesn't he tell her stop running away? Go home. I don't know. I just think it's strange. But maybe her parents didn't want her hanging out with him. there's a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe hopefully we get some answers at the press
Well,
conference.
remember there's that video, that picture, and obviously, like, y'all, this is just me off the top of my head. Don't like, DFJ is very much about the receipts and stuff, but I don't have them. But I remember that there was a picture running around, and obviously we don't know if these are real or deep fakes, but there was a picture of David at like the school or like some parking lot or whatever, with one of Celeste's friends, or allegedly, and they were saying that he was like paying off people or whatever, and then the teacher was saying that the parents knew that she had ran away with like a rap star or whatever. So that's what I'm saying, is like, how much did the people around her know? Like her teacher knew her, and like nobody went and got her. Like, that's just crazy to me. Maybe they didn't know where she was or what, but to me, that's
Yeah.
just crazy. And maybe he was, paying for people's silence, and that'll all come out. Like, that's what's going to be like the craziest part, is going to be the evidence drop in all this. Like, what all do they have? Because everything like on Discord, or all the Discord stuff, we can't verify it, because somebody could literally just deep fake it and be like, oh, this is what was said. But there was like a bunch of chats between supposedly who was Celeste's screen name. I think it was like something Blunt or something, that they were like, this is Celeste's screen name. But all that can't be verified. So I'm wondering how much of that is going to end up being true. Like the emails from
Yeah, and then what about
sent to
this?
Josh
What
Marshall.
Khaleesi said, allegations her family treated her bad because didn't you say like the cousin or something said something like that?
Yeah, that's what the cousin was posting. But again, I don't know if that's just the cousin's hearsay or whatever. And now
Yeah.
the dad is, has lawyered up or whatever
Is
with
is
this
the mom and
really
dad
good
still
law.
together?
I don't know. I honestly don't know their family situation or what. But
CJ and I need to
supposedly,
get we're gonna get you guys we're gonna do some research on a follow-up stream for this. We're just kind of live spitballing it with y'all. CJ's been up since like the crack of dawn for her morning show. That was at 6:15 this morning, if you guys missed it. And or 6:15 Pacific, it's 8:15 Central, right? And then 9:15 Eastern. And yeah, like this, we knew that like this was gonna happen today. But it does seem like it's like what is taking her family so long. Well, also, I will say this: the DA sent out a letter, and Lauren showed it to the press, saying that he was going to go on at 11 a.m. Pacific, and then changed it to 10 a.m. Didn't send a follow-up email, but some of the outlets knew. And because I posted to Lauren, and I was like, "Why is an outlet saying 10 and your email shows 11?" So Lauren, again, being the amazing baller she is, goes to the source, asks them, like, why is ABC saying you guys are doing your conference at 10 a.m.? And they're like, oh, yeah, a time's change, oopsies. So my guess is that Celeste's lawyer and family maybe didn't think that they had to get there until after 11. Because I'm guessing they probably didn't even tell the family that they made a time change.
yeah, what made me so mad is when the officer went up there and he was like, we were trying to keep things close to the vest, and I'm like, I'm all for that, but he acts like cops have never had a presser. Like when I
Yeah.
followed the Stamping Up Harris case, the Jared Brightigan out of Florida, where the ex-wife allegedly planned to get like hired a hitman to get him or whatever. Like immediately after it happened, like yeah, they didn't have any details, but they were like, this is a presser, he's been unalived or whatever, and we're looking for this blue truck, like if anybody has any information, blah blah blah. And I get it that in this one they wanted to keep it close to the vest, because it wasn't like they were looking for a suspect, they already knew their suspect, so it wasn't as like. But the same thing with the Nancy case too. It's like they let the misinformation get so out of control when all they could do is like a simple presser. Like my favorite, it was the Kylie Rodney case. Remember that? Did you ever follow that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. That one
The
was,
out
oh
of
my
Cali, and
God.
they were having pressers like every day, and if not, tweeting 2 or 3 times a day, like this is an update, this is how many down to like how many helicopters they were using, how many water, whatever, like all the extra help that they were getting from like search agencies or whatever. And every day they'd keep people updated, because that one started to get out of hand too. People were like, conspiracy theorying it, like, oh, this is what happened, all this and that. And I'm like, it doesn't help like from misinformation spreading. And I guess the case is most important. Like they don't really care about like the digital stuff. But I just feel like they should have done a presser. Like, not saying, oh, it's David, but just saying like, hey, this girl, came up, mutilated, and we're gonna be looking into it, and we're gonna do everything we can. It would have like helped, I think.
Well,
Because he was
here's
acting
the,
like people don't ever do pressers. I'm like, cops do pressers all the time.
yeah. Well, Nathan, Hawkman sucks. I'll just say that. Here is our mugshot, I'm guessing.
Oh, wow.
That he looks a lot older there than he does in all those like pictures I see, or like maybe he's missing his hair or something. Was he undercover?
Well, no, he's always had that afro.
No, but
He just has it locked. There's no locks on it.
he normally, I feel like he looks a little bit younger. Maybe, he's just this
Well,
bad
he
light.
outgrew his beard, like his beard's overgrown.
Oh,
So you can
that's
tell he
why.
wasn't
Yeah.
shaving.
Yeah.
But it's also because his hair is just all natural. He normally wears it in a like he has locks. But yeah, thank you to Lauren. She is on it, dude. I love her.
Yeah, me too. Definitely. And so that's why I'm saying that maybe like Celeste's family wasn't told about the time change, because again, they had sent this out saying it was 11, and then I showed on here, like I commented to her because I was like, why is ABC saying 10? And then she's like, no idea. They emailed me saying yesterday saying 11. And then she said she emailed them and it changed to 10. So it's like, so I'm just guessing that probably her family didn't know that it was changed. Let's see if they've posted anything else from the DA's office now.
Yeah, and then his tour, I'm reading the chat, Mary saying, yeah, the tour that he ended up going, it was like a funeral. There was a hearse, there was a casket. It was so crazy. Like,
Well,
I'm
so
wondering if they're going to bring in all of that, like the
she
music
was
video.
saying that was in July though, right? So
Yeah,
that's
that was
before.
after. That was after.
No, but
So
I thought they said the tour started in August.
no, because he was already on a tour. I think he was already like the world tour. Let me see. I have the dates from Jambase right here. Hold on. Because he started a world tour first, and then they canceled the other dates. So he had already gone on tour, then he took a break, and then he went on tour again.
Katie of Arc says, according to his Instagram, the pre-sale for his tour started April 23rd. That's the same day. Crazy. Isn't that the date that the DA mentioned? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so he did one Houston show on the 27th and then picked it back up in August. And so let me see if the Houston show had a hearse. That would be interesting.
Look it up, because you guys, we can't just whatever pops up on the Google. I don't like. I want to see like it on.
Well, here's the actual tour dates. Google was right. Here's the actual tour dates. I'll send them to you.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I would rather. I like to confirm. So like I want to see it like on his Insta, or like
Oh, this is Up Rocks, but it's legit. It's a music editor news.
Yeah,
But here's
so
the
exactly.
dates. So he did a special day in Houston 4 days after. And then his album actually dropped on the 24th, April 24th was the
Okay,
album drop.
hold on, I'm putting
So
this
a
up.
day after. So
So
yeah,
it
he
says
didn't want it to mess up his bag. That's what I'm thinking.
is hitting the road this year. Okay, so Withered tour dates. Okay, so tickets were gonna go on sale the 23rd. Ooh, I wonder what his website looks like. Well, his website is still up. Oh, tour. Okay, let's see what it said on his actual website. Oh, well, I guess they don't. Do they not put past tours? All right.
No,
Well,
probably not. But I trust the Up Rocks one.
Okay. So here's what they're saying is on the 27th, he was in Houston, and then, and like,
and then he took a break.
Then, and like
So
you said,
if he thought he was going to get rid of the body between then, or
why are
was
these
she
ones
already
all
unalived?
Okay, the start, it says with Bryant Barnes, whoever that is. So his first one with Bryant, his first one after the April date was August 5th, like SF Investigate said, in Del Mar, so still in California, and it was at the Sound. And then then it looks like he was gone. It looks like every day for a long time, and so it's just that one he left a few days later. Yeah,
So the casket was in his July show, but I'm trying to find the Houston show. I don't think that
Wait, why isn't his
July
show listed? There's no July show listed on here. Oh, is it because it was not from the Withered tour?
Maybe it was a special show, but this is from July. What does it say? July 2025. It says David reportedly brings a casket. This is from DJ Academics, a wreath and a notepad with a pencil for people to write. So I don't know if it was maybe just like a special show or what. Yeah, it says David's props. Like everybody was like, it was his show, 7:30:25. But let me see what city it was in. Because somebody posted it here. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Somebody posted it as 7:30:2025 on their Instagram that they were there. So that is just creepy as heck. And I want to know when he did the Withered music video and all that stuff. Because when did he start selling the bloody shirts?
Oh,
Would the artist do that?
yeah.
Love you from the after.
Yeah, just mute it because I don't want you to get a
Yeah,
copyright.
I did. Who's in the box? Him?
No, it was like almost like he was killing his past persona or whatever. Like his, because remember he had like a split personality. Like there was I forget what the name was of
Bipolar?
this. He had like another personality that he talked about that was like a dark personality or whatever. And so like the whole thing was like the killing of his of that personality.
Well, that's
Yeah, but I don't see anything on the Houston show. I'd have to like deep dive and go into Instagram and TikTok and see people posting his Houston show. But maybe that was the first time he brought out the casket, because that's the only time that I see if I Google like casket and David is just that show. But yeah, that is crazy. Wait, when did he sell the bloody shirts?
I don't know.
Because that is crazy. Like, because his persona wasn't really like all bloody and gory like that. It like eventually, like he was just like a SoundCloud rapper, or not SoundCloud, but yeah, like you know, he would put out his own songs and stuff, and like he didn't have that like dark personality or whatever. Like he eventually just started doing that. So I'm wondering, I have to go back in time and see when he started his little split personality dark stuff. Let me see, when is the shirts? Bloody shirt merch. Well, he removed them right after all this stuff went down amid the investigation. So he removed them in October right after her body was found.
Wow.
I can't find anything because every time I just Google it, it comes up like when he removed the merch. But it would be interesting to know when he put those out, because they're gonna probably use all of this stuff I
Well,
mean,
it
a
sounds
jury,
like
it's
that
gonna
they
be
have
really hard for a jury to like find any kind of sympathy or anything for him, as far as like if it was drugs or if he just has some kind of like mental personality disorder. Like they're gonna be like, nah, this kid is twisted. Look at like
look
all
at
his
this one.
stuff.
Pam said set up an insanity plea when he got caught for murdering Celeste. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Very I feel like he could probably plead insanity, but I think he's gonna try to do not guilty. And I think he's gonna try to, I mean, yeah, he was very, very popular on TikTok and like for the younger generation, I think. But, you know, CJ's like tuned into all of that. But I don't know on the jury if it's gonna have as much like sway, you know. Like I even followed the the ASAP Rocky trial, and which is a whole nother story because I found the shooting range that Relly was at, and what I did basically turned the whole tide of that trial, and they actually gave me a shout out. Taco Pina did on my ex. I was an exhibit. My posts were an exhibit. It was really funny. But anyways, the point of that was that Rihanna came every day because she's a star, and she showed up every day to his trial with their kids, and I think like I don't know if he's gonna have that same star power. I don't know what he's thinking, or if
No,
he's
he's
thinking
definitely probably not, because uh, the jury mostly, I've never seen like super young people on the jury. And he
I
was mostly popular amongst people Celeste's age, like 12-year-olds to like early 22-year-olds. Like, I don't think, I mean, there might have been some 30-year-olds, but definitely no 40-year-olds listening to him. It's like, it's called lo-fi music. And mostly it's used in like TikTok sounds and stuff like that. So it's like that kind of generation. But I did find the Itami stuff. So he might claim like BPD or something. He might try to use like the whole I have a
Well,
mental disorder, because he had, this is what it was. It was a fictional alter ego named Itami, which means pain in Japanese, that he developed. David described Itami as a murderous alter ego and an agent of chaos, which he created while working on a manga series about a detective with a split personality. And so his manga series was basically about this detective who's like investigating this murder case. And the whole time he's the one committing the murders. So he's investigating himself, but he doesn't know because he has a split personality, like a mental disorder.
well,
Um,
what I was gonna say, I forgot what I was saying before that. What did we just say before that, though?
but
Oh,
I don't
but
know.
what I was gonna say is that it sounds like even without all it sounds like there's enough, like, digital evidence that at least gets, like, to know where she was the last time she was seen. I'm very curious. We are going to see the coroner's report. I think that's gonna be very telling,
Mhm.
and, yeah, I mean, he can say what he wants, but I think that they know a lot more than we do. But this is what I was gonna ask. Even though he's not big, okay, so he won't have the star power of the jury, but do you think he has enough control over his, like, his friends in the industry that, like, or, like, like Neo or those people, like, that they're gonna be scared to say anything?
Probably not. I mean, they weren't friends for a super long time. They probably barely knew each other for like maybe 2 years, if that. Um, and no, like these are all YouTubers and they're not like big, huge. They're SoundCloud rappers, YouTubers, Twitch streamers.
Yeah,
They're
so
not like big industry people. But I wanted to finish this because it's so crazy. It says he described
okay.
the character as an evil version of himself that would come out at random moments. This alter ego concept was linked to his creative process, particularly around the themes of his song Romantic Homicide and in animated visuals for his rehab music video. But what I'm wondering is, when did he give that interview where he explained who Tommy was? Because I'm wondering if he was already setting himself up for a defense. Like, oh, I have this alter ego, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I want to look into next is, when did he start openly speaking about Itami? Because it could be that he was trying to build a defense already, like, oh, I have this split personality that just comes out randomly and it's not, I didn't really do it. Because that's what just happened in that one case, which I hate bringing up, the Athena,
Letitia
whatever her name is.
Letitia Stouch?
No, not Letitia Stotch. The little girl that the UPS driver got, he had a split
Oh
personality.
god. Oh god, I
Yeah,
hate
that
that
one's
name.
disgusting. I don't even want to talk about it. But in that case, though, the thing that I wanted to bring up was that he claimed he had a split personality, and so when he led them to the body or whatever, they had to talk to his split personality. And God bless that cop for like keeping a straight face and like
Oh,
holding it all the way through, because he was like, "Can we speak to so and so? Can he come out now?" And then yeah, it was crazy, that body cam
so
footage. Like
I just
he
wanna
was so
say, so
patient.
Lauren shut her stream, so I wonder if are they not is the family not gonna speak?
Mm.
'Cause I don't see anything up for any of the other ones. I'm just looking right now. Core TV doesn't got a live for this. Law and Crime doesn't. None of the usual suspects. Let me maybe her channel, like, maybe she's wanted to set up a new one?
Maybe
Sometimes,
they're not going on. So he had just performed at Coachella. And if you guys don't know, okay, so they might say that he has a TBI, traumatic brain injury, okay? Because when he performed on April 11th through 20th on Coachella, I actually watched his set because I, listened to his music or whatever. But he tried to do like this backflip, and it was like so crazy because he was like really big, like with the Gen Z and crowd, and everybody like loved him, loved his music. And then when this happened, he became like a meme because he tries to do this backflip and he literally lands on his head. Let me see if I can find it so you can play it. But he lands on his head, and it's crazy. And then everybody just started posting it, and he kind of became a laughing stock for like a couple months, where people were just like, "Oh my god, that's so crazy and so
Okay.
funny."
We sorry, we have an update really quick. So his arraignment is set for 1:30 p.m. Pacific, but it still looks like the Associated Press is waiting outside for this other press conference of Celeste's family, so we'll see what happens. But sorry, keep going.
So I'm wondering if they're gonna try and use the was it
TBI?
TBI. Let me send you the Coachella backflip fail. Like, this is crazy. So they might, because this.
CJ, I think we lost you. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay, you can hear me, but we did lose DFJ. So DFJ, we lost your audio. Let me text her. Okay. Thank you, chat.
Failed during a Coachella performance because
Okay, but he didn't really hit his head. Look, his hands are down first, and then his head. I don't think that's not going to be a TBI. I'm not a doctor though, so don't I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to diagnose it, but look at I don't think that's a TBI. His hands hit first. Look. Oops.
No, his head like bounces. You see his head bounce.
Yeah, but look, his hands are there first. See? That's breaking part of the impact. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just thinking like,
And it
know,
didn't bounce.
what they
It
could say.
didn't bounce like it hit it after. But look.
I mean, his head does hit the concrete. And then he's just like shooken up, but he does end up getting up afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
just spitballing on like defenses because Blair Burke's probably gonna have an uphill battle. Like,
oh, she's gonna.
I'm
Yeah.
just spitballing.
No, it's a good idea. They're good things to see because, like, I'm sure they're gonna have to try all of it because the thing is then how does he explain having the relationship with the minor before that incident? That's not a TBI. Like that is it's a bad decision. He was criming.
Well, yeah, I mean, and they could find him guilty of the lewd act and then not be able to find him beyond the reasonable act of the murder. Like that could be possible because remember with Casey Anthony, they freaking found her guilty of lying to the cops about the Universal Studios crap, but they didn't find her guilty about the dang kid. Which I know a lot of people still think that, you know, she didn't do it or whatever, but regardless, they found her guilty of this like crazy just other charge. So it could be that they find him because what's the second charge? It's lewd.
I have it right
and-
here. Hold on. I wrote them down during the thing. So it's first degree murder with special circumstances, and there's 3 special circumstances, and yeah, it's lewd and lascivious acts with a minor under 14 and mutilating corpse.
So it's like it depends on how much evidence they have for each. At least I know that the lewd and lascivious will probably because he's saying that they were having relations. So there must be some kind of evidence or a witness or like contemporaneous like text messages. Maybe they got her phone messages or something or Discord messages they asked for because how do they know that it was like, you know, sexual in nature? Because they could have just been friends and she was a minor, but he said that in there that it was sexual in nature.
Yeah, yeah. And then this is funny from Kenny. She says, I hit my head so many times when I was little and really hard, and I haven't murdered anyone yet.
I mean,
I know.
but a lot of like the
Seriously.
NFL players and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Too,
but like
who've had
so an NFL
TBIs and then get all violent. They try to
No,
use that.
that's true. But like an NFL, like when they hit their head, it's not just like they don't break the fall with their hand and then it kind of taps like the stage. It is a bunch of like 200, 300-pound men, all their helmets like collide at once. The impact is so extreme. It hits their spine, their neck, like their whatever that column thing is. Like, I mean, I'm not a doctor again, so maybe he did give himself a TBI then, but it's not going to be able to explain him criming before that. So I don't think it's going to hold up for whatever
Yeah, I
happened.
was only bringing it up just as like
No,
a
I think it's good.
possibility.
It's good to
And
see
because when I
everything.
saw the dates, I was like, oh my God, I remember that Coachella when Mary put April 11th through 20th on Coachella. I'm like, that was the big thing where he became like kind of a laughing stock for a while, where people were just like turning on him for a little bit.
If this goes to trial, I have a feeling everything you said is going to come up. I think like you said, the alter ego and the personality and like, I mean, they're going to have to pull, you know, as much as they can because and I guess it also depends on how strong, like you said, also, the DA's evidence is, and I just felt like I had confidence in the medical examiners, like statements when they really wanted to share what they had. So I just feel like they know, like whatever they say, like whatever's going to be in that coroner report, I'm very interested to read. And is it spinal column? Sorry, you guys, I'm not like, I don't know anything. I'm not like a doctor again. I was just saying, I saw them, one movie I saw was with what's his name? Jada Pinkett's husband, Will Smith. When he was the doctor for all the guys who are having their brains hit in football. So, okay, let me check. I'm going to check on the Associated Press. It looks like, I mean, we're all waiting around. Where is Celeste's family? I would have been there. I'm just sorry. I'm not hating on her family or anything. I know they've been through a lot and whatever, but I know SF Investigates was frustrated with them for he didn't feel like they were trying as hard, or that they didn't seem to care as much, when he was doing the investigation. And the fact that, why are we waiting so long for this press conference? Even if the DA sent everything out saying 11 a.m. and it was really 10 a.m., who cares? Now we're at 11:30 a.m. Where are they? Wouldn't they have wanted to been there the whole time to hear what he said?
Well, maybe they're getting with the lawyer because now that it's new evidence. Like I said, that lawyer specializes in wrongful death civil suits. So, they might want to get their ducks in a row about what statements they put out and all this
But
stuff.
Marcy's law that they already knew everything he was going to say.
Oh, well, maybe.
So
maybe they're just distraught and they can't come to the table. Maybe I don't know, maybe they're waiting for the medical examiner stuff, or like you said, the actual arraignment to come out so they can just speak on all of it.
But according to what Lauren said, their statement said that they were going to speak before the arraignment. Prior to. But who knows? I mean, at least he's rotting in a jail. He can think about what he's done. And, but again, the state's going to have to prove it. And there were some strange, it seemed, steps leading up to this. Like you said, the grand jury just kind of stopped. His parents appealed. It didn't continue. And then it looked almost like the police department tried to force the DA's hand and was just we're going to arrest him now. And it just, the DA, he gives me the creeps. It's just how he had to say, and we have been working with the police, step in step the whole time. It's what is that saying? Thou that protest too much. It's you don't have to say that. Just keep going. Hi, April. How are you? They don't want to look bad. What can they say? The family neglected that girl all the way through. Yep. I mean, that's what seems like some of the sentiment is out there, but of people who have been following this longer. But I don't know. I mean, this doesn't look like anything's happening anytime soon to me. You'd think they would post an update. Let's see. All they're saying is when the arraignment is. Let's see if Lauren has any updates on her page. She's always got the tea. Nope, hers still has the mugshot. Let's see if SF Investigates got anything. I mean, and the timing is so weird. Honestly, I just feel like the DA, they should have done the indictment and then done the press conference, right? What they did it backwards.
Oh, have the parents speak first?
No. They should have done the indictment first and do a press conference after.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I'm looking forward to the probable cause affidavit and stuff. I don't know if they're going to have one here or what's going to be accessible to the public. But I know Paula Mooney's really good about getting the docs, and Lauren's on it. So I'm sure if there's any doc drops, she'll be on it as well. But I just want to see it all written down, and even if it's redacted, because usually in the very beginning, remember with Koberger's PCA, how a lot of it was redacted, so we couldn't really read all of it. But at least I don't know. I like to at least read like at what, at this time we suspected blah blah blah. Like there's always like some little details, but they might not release it yet. Maybe um with the, I don't know who's going to do like an FOIA or whatever, but they might not release it yet because it might, hinder that, because he made it sound like he's not releasing anything until trial. That's what he
Well,
made it
no,
sound like.
he did say they're releasing the coroner's report sometime soon.
The coroner's report, but then he did say in the press conference that all the evidence would be at trial, right? So that's why I'm like, I wonder if they won't release the actual probable cause affidavit.
Well, I think he was just saying that they, that there is.
I mean, I hope they do, because I want to know the timeline, like when they found out like David was their suspect. Was it right away? Probably, because it was his car. All right.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of a giveaway. No, that's a really bad. I was gonna say dead giveaway. It's not a good way to say it, but it's kind of like a giveaway when
it's like his car.
It's in your car, and then you buy a new car of the same model, and start parking in your house, and just leave the other one on the road. It's just what?
But he had also just bought that other Tesla. That's what was weird. That then he got another Tesla.
A third
there
one?
Was someone, no, just the first one. When he bought that first Tesla, the one that she was found in, I think that was fairly new. And then he bought another one. That's why people thought it was like weird. That it's like, why would you buy another Tesla when you had just bought one? But I guess, if he has the money, yeah, buy
Hey,
two.
CM baby. No, so we haven't heard the family speak yet. So we heard the DA speak, and he gave us he told us what the charges are, and it's basically first-degree murder with special circumstances. There's 3 special circumstances: lying in wait, committed for financial gain to maintain his career, and that he said that Celeste threatened that night, which was, they're saying the last night that we know that she was alive was April 23rd, and then murdering a witness in an investigation, and the investigation allegedly was for the lewd and lascivious acts with a minor under 14. So he's also getting charged with that, and then mutilating a corpse. And her family was going to speak afterwards, but it looks like, I don't know where they are. It's and then it seems like in another 2 hours is going to be the arraignment, which I don't know. I just think that this was so poorly planned for them. They should have done the arraignment and then done a press conference afterwards, like a normal person. I don't know what they're thinking here.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. They should have arraigned him first. Maybe because they just wanted to get it. Maybe they were just like, because it's probably busy people. They're working on other cases probably and like doing other stuff. Maybe it was just like the only time they could find in their schedule to like speak. I felt like they didn't take enough questions either. Like it was so
I don't think
short.
they took enough questions at all. That was so fast. It was
And
just
they
like,
didn't even take any from Spanish speaking stations, which I thought is unfair.
that was
Because
so rude. And they're like, and if you're Spanish speaking, like talk to the PIO or something. And I was like, wait, what?
he'll translate it for them. Like basically what was
they'll
just said.
translate what was already asked. So yeah, so they didn't even take any questions from anyone who speaks Spanish. And it looks like Celeste Rivas Hernandez, like possibly her family, maybe English is not their first language. So it could have been helpful to perhaps prepare for that. He is not the most aware person. And I think that I don't care what else you have going on. This was a huge case for them. This is a very big deal. And they could have. He's the DA. He can determine his own schedule. They can make arrangements. They could have taken whatever he maybe had after the arraignment. They could have planned to do the press conference, and maybe they were trying to be, respectful.
DFJ's just like, I got shit to do. Y'all should have planned it around my schedule. Like I can't be sitting here waiting.
Yeah. Well, maybe like they were being considerate of like traffic. LA traffic does suck, but it sucks at all hours. So. Okay, is someone speaking or are they just testing the mic? Hold on, let me turn the sound on.
Oh, they're coming up. They're coming up. But I feel you. It's like we're sitting here just waiting, and they set a time. I mean, they did.
No, they're doing tests still. That's a white test.
I'm just used to pressers not ever coming. Like I don't know if y'all followed.
He was just doing where they hold up the white paper. So that was a test. People are adding their mics. I don't see anyone.
That one girl, that case where she went out into the river and unalived herself. What was her name? It wasn't Maya Milletti. It was but I remember those pressers, they would always be like, oh yeah.
The one with the priest husband.
Yeah, the one with the church guy. What
Oh
was
my
his name?
God.
The one that Robbie Harvey covered for the longest. He was like, the FBI is right around the corner, and it was like 8 months later. But then the FBI did raid him, and I believe they're still like investigating him. Remember, he married the other lady. But anyways, yeah, those pressers were crazy because we'd wait and wait, and they'd have the mics there, and like nothing would ever come. Like they'd finally come out. Her family, but they were really, really active and stuff. That's why it makes me. I always think about the Nancy Guthrie stuff because maybe because they're celebrities though. That's what I always think. It's like, okay, maybe because she's a celebrity, but because most of the families I see are like super active in cases.
Katie of Arc says David is weirdly obsessed with all things death, yet doesn't think the decomposing body in the front will be found and tied back to him at some point. Well, you know what? He probably should have been following my true crime because we talk like, we go over a lot of cases and there's really, this was really stupid. That was a dumb thing to do. And yeah, I mean, that's
My
not.
theory was it was the Tommy and he just forgot about it. He forgot it was in his trunk because he didn't,
How
or
do
he
you
was
do
trying
not
to,
forget,
in his sick, crazy mind,
girl? You don't
plot
forget
out
a body.
the
You don't forget a
whole
body in your
Well, if
car.
he's saying that he supposedly this Tommy guy is like he switches on and off or whatever, and he doesn't
Oh,
remember or whatever.
you're saying his second personality forgot how you left the guy in the
Yeah,
car.
and so then he was like, "Oh shit! Like, damn, Tommy needs to leave notes." I mean, I'm making levity out of it. This is
His
not like
his
funny at all, but
his lawyer
um,
needs to hire CJ. She's gonna give him all the things to say.
Tommy had memory loss.
she's gonna be
I'm
like,
like
well,
Sarah. Blame Sarah. You guys, if y'all
this,
didn't watch the DFJ Sarah Yarn and Order stream yesterday with Erin Spencer, I love her, but she's the one who taught me how to look at it from the other side because I'm just trying to
devil's
be like,
advocate.
I read what Blair Burke is capable of, like in that one case that I told you about the NFL player, and maybe I'll like bring it up if I end up covering this.
CJ's gonna be like, pull up the Coachella clip, pull up this. He has double personality. Remember this song? Remember
Yeah,
this?
he has the double personality.
So
But
they
no,
should
my
hire
other
CJ.
theory is that he was trying to play out his fantasy of like, remember I told you that he was writing that
Yeah, yeah,
manga series anime
yeah.
that was saying like and I don't mean everybody's all laughing in the chat now. Like I don't mean this is not funny. This is yes, justice for Celeste, put up Khaleesi's. Like this is serious stuff. Sorry.
And also though,
But
but CJ, honest to God, I'm not kidding
adding
you guys.
some levity. But what if he was trying to play out his like whole true crime like fantasy of like, oh, being investigated? Like what if he got like a thrill out of it? Like remember when Koberger like he was checking to see like are people talking about me? And that's like a thing that criminals do when they crime, that they get like a high off of like, oh, I'm still not caught. So it could have been the manga fantasy, it could have been Itami, it could have been the TBI. It could have just been that he accidentally didn't have enough time to dispose of it. Like they said, you're coming on tour, and then he couldn't. That was always my theory from day one, was that something took him away before he could do anything about it.
Okay, well, speaking of levity, I was gonna show something. So CJ was trying to have me up my, my thumbnail game because I make them myself, and I'm really bad with what is it called? That I hate using ChatGPT first of all because I feel like they're always wrong when I ask the questions. But also, I'm just bad at it, and so I was trying to make a thumbnail, and so I showed it to her, and we were laughing so hard because I told it to be pink. This was going to be for the Erin Spencer one. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I told it, I was like, I said I was going to do something on, I need a thumbnail with a special guest to cover the Erin Spencer one. And I showed it like what mine was. And then this is what it did. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Like I said, my theme was pink. And then it went
the prompt was she wanted to do like, because he's the future sheriff, like he's trying to try out for sheriff, not try out but run for sheriff. And so her prompt was like
future
put in
sheriff.
my signature pink, Erin Spencer, future sheriff.
And this is what it gave me. I was like, are you kidding me? He looks like the freaking Pink Panther. I was like, my thumbnail theme is pink. It doesn't mean like the sheriff has to be pink. Like this, it was so.
Pull up the one where he was just futuristic because it missed.
Because
Like,
I said future sheriff. Oh my God, this was so funny. Hold on.
Yeah, pull up that one because I was just like, you have to really know how to prompt ChatGPT because
I was
he'll
not
take you
good at it.
literally.
I was very bad at the prompt, so I said future one, and then this is what it first gave me, and this is why I try to make my own. But then again, my own, it's not going to look as good because everyone does everyone uses the AI ones now, and that's what gets like picked up. Let me switch this. But we were just laughing. Maybe we were so tired, but we were laughing. So I was like, CJ, well, I can't do this.
I could not stop laughing. My ribs hurt. I was just like, what?
Because it did this, and I was like, wait, future, that's not like, it did like a futuristic. I was like, no, like literally in the election, he was going to be voted in as sheriff, like not like of the future in like a futuristic world. And I was like, also my color is pink, and then that's when it gave me the other one. So.
Yeah. Mary's over there on Reddit, like sleuthing. Love that for you, Mary. She's like some
What did she say?
speculation. Some speculation on the Reddit I'm reading is that she was maybe alive until late July, and then he held the funeral for his alter ego at the 7:30 concert, then left the house final time on the tour bus because then he's going on tour and he can't come back to the house because that's when the August date started. It was back to back to back to back. So maybe you're right because there's got to be some reason why he left it there. And then Carm was saying, well, didn't he have someone moving the car? And Carm, I want to go into the car timeline. I want to see when it was moved because I remember SF Investigates had a super detailed of when it was moved.
I couldn't find it. I thought so too, and for whatever reason, I couldn't find that. But
I'm gonna go look on my stream when we get off of here because I remember I covered it in the stream. I had that.
Yeah, Kenny said I had to be so specific with the chat thing. But okay, so I took one of a thumbnail I had already made, and it was the one with like Blake and Flaw for Flawsome. And I was like, okay, can you like make this look, more like professional? And then it kept spelling flaw with an extra A. And I was like, it just did that on its own. I told it like, yo, you're using 3 A's. It's only 2 A's. And it kept doing it. I was like, forget it. I was like, I cannot. Me and ChatGPT we're not compatible. I mean, I did ask it something today.
Well, I was gonna say, y'all go check out Khaleesi put. Did you see DFJ and Sarah's live stream from yesterday? Yeah, it was really good on the Aaron Spencer stuff. They went into like the jury stuff and like what the hell is the DA thinking, and like it's crazy. This guy is running for sheriff, and if you guys don't know about this case, like it's like this is your gateway into it. Like I'm red pilling y'all right now. DFJ's been covering it. There's not a lot of coverage on it, but it's basically this guy who tried to go after his daughter, like that was in a car with a PDF file. And they were like, oh, he should have called 911. Anyways, when he finally tracks her down or whatever, they get out of the car, they start getting into like a physical altercation, whatever. Anyways, he unalives him. And so now this DA is basically trying to charge him for murder. And yeah, it's the craziest thing because it's literally self-defense. And also he was trying to protect his daughter. And Sarah goes through the guidelines of what is the self-defense stuff and everything. Like they bring it up, y'all. Like seriously, it's only an hour long. And for those 2 time speeders, that's 30 minutes of your day.
Yeah,
and it's a whole new case that's like really intense on like, why would they be charging this guy? Like he was a father. Of course he couldn't wait for 911. He like, imagine if your kid got snatched up in the middle of the night, whatever. And then the DA is trying to say that the girl went voluntarily. We're like, she's a minor. Like, what do you mean voluntarily? If she did, it was because she was groomed by him. And it's the craziest case. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Y'all go watch that stream. That's
Khaleesi, can you pull up that stream? I can find it if you can't.
Yeah, she'll put it in the chat.
No, but that's not the stream.
Oh, okay.
That's Sarah's, and because she didn't dual stream it for some reason, but no, but what I thought was really interesting, I definitely enjoyed speaking with her, and what I found really interesting is she told me that she actually, like you said, she enjoys playing devil's advocate, and she always does try to look for the other side and to see like what the DA could have or whatever. And in this one, she's just like, I can't even play devil's advocate. So I think the fact that she couldn't even say that, and this is like her expertise, and she's really good at that, and like, and she's like, unless they just have something that somehow we haven't heard about, but like pretty much because they were about to go to trial. It was just 2 days before trial, the judge got removed. So everything pretty much was filed already that was going to be presented. And there was nothing. They had nothing. Exactly what CJ said. Their best thing is they're trying to say it was premeditated, which doesn't make sense. You can't premeditate the guy who, essayed your kid, kidnapping them in the middle of the night 3 months later after they're released. And the second thing they have is trying to say that the 13-year-old daughter left willingly, which I don't know how a minor can leave willingly. And it really just doesn't make any sense because no, Celeste was not pregnant. They already debunked that a long time ago. What they were like, the other thing there's, I was like, she can't leave willingly. That's like saying, okay, like, I don't know, let's say for like, even like the Murdoch case, they're like trying to say, okay, well, the kids, they weren't allowed to drink, but they were buying alcohol. Like, you can't just say, well, they were buying it willingly,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they were drinking it willingly. Like, you can't say that. Like, that's not how it works. So there's
Trish was asking if we covered Tamla Harsport. No, I'm not covering any true crime anymore. I'm only on the David case still because it
what's that
affects my
one?
mental health super bad. And I went to go support DFJ yesterday and Sarah for the Aaron Spencer one. But I told DFJ, like, I'm only gonna do date because she's like, are you done with true crime? Like, you're my true crime partner in true crime. But I was like, I'm only gonna finish out the ones that I had already started or that I had already like viewed, because I've already transitioned into the celebrity legal stuff. But it's gonna be like David, and then the Stampin' Up Harris that I've been following for like 3 years, that their trial's coming up in August. But just anything that I had already followed from like 2023, 2024, I'll continue. But yeah, there's some horrific cases coming out. I don't know that one, Tamla. Dude, I didn't sleep. Remember my lights were flickering that day after the David stream that I did? I was like,
Well, we
nah,
did the
this is
David
bad juju.
stream, and then we were so tired. It was a crazy day for both of us. And then after we got off, we still talked about it for like another hour.
And then my lights started flickering, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
she
no, I
thought
need to
so.
sage my
Look at
room, and
this.
like, this is bad juju.
Oh my gosh. Lori Jane gifted a membership for the channel. That is so cool. Did we see who got it? Hold on, let me go to my I think if I go into I have to go to my YouTube to see it, who got it. But that is so cool because I know that you're a member, Lori, and just to give one to someone else is really cool. It's so nice to see like the green in the chat. And oh, it looks like April Love got the gifted membership. Well, congratulations. And that's awesome because we see April in the chat a lot. So now, April, you can use, if you go in the little chat box, there's like a smiley face. If you press that smiley face, you'll see like the custom emojis. We have a lot of cool ones you can use. A big hit is the milk jug ones or any of the squirrel ones that our girl Lena made. But Lori Jane is the one that got us onto the Aaron Spencer case. She's going to be at the trial, which is so cool for us because we're going to have like an inside scoop from her. And just, you're always such a big supporter. So thank you so much. That is so cool.
Oh, it says
Yes,
Dana.
April loved that one. Yay.
Dana. I always say Dana when I see it, but I know her name's Donna. But every time I read it and I see it, it says Donna Bowling covered that case. Okay.
It was a grown lady who went to a slumber party with another adult.
Oh, I do know that case.
I know this case.
Yes.
Okay, so
I know that case. I just didn't know her name. That case is crazy.
I started making videos for that a long time ago, and then I stopped, and I don't know why. But that case is really crazy, especially when you hear the interviews of the other ladies that were there. They're off the walls. Yeah, she went to that slumber party, which is so weird. Why are these adult women who all are neighbors having a slumber party anyways? I don't really understand what's happening there, but. Then, she was a black woman, and then they said that she died, and the stories are totally different. And then apparently, like, there's one of the ladies was putting stuff in people's drinks or something. I don't know. That one's crazy. That is a crazy case. I'm gonna have to pull up what I have edited for that, and maybe I can do a little, touch on that. But
that is a crazy case. I love y'all so much. This has been a great chat, and but I have to actually go. I can't wait for the family. But thank you for inviting me on your stream, and so we could chop it up and talk about it.
Chop it up, CJ.
Yeah. You said chop it up. Oh, that was bad. Okay, you're right. So we could break it down. Okay, you made one too. You made a gaff too. Remember?
I did. I said it was dead something. Dead giveaway. I know. I'm terrible at it.
Dead giveaway. We're gonna have to do that post edit. Remember on the Ryan Reynolds? We're covering the Blake Lively Ryan Reynolds for those of y'all that don't know. But in the interview he gave, he said something, and then the interviewer was like, "Oh, we'll clean that up and edit. We're gonna have to clean up all this and edit." But then they left it in there, which was just do they not like him?
Well, I don't think so.
But yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
CJ, and I can let you guys know right now. CJ's
Y'all
gonna pull up. She's gonna pull up the timeline. She's gonna look into it. I guarantee, tonight or something, we're gonna have.
No, I'm actually doing a stream tonight on the Justin Bieber stuff. I'm trying to get Django on my show. I'm waiting for a response for him, but if he doesn't respond, I'm gonna go on tonight no matter what. Because I
it'll
have
be
so
13
much
more minutes. Just wait.
I have some. Oh, you think it's gonna come on in 15 minutes?
I think
It will
9
be on at
minutes. It
13
was
more minutes. Okay, I'll wait 10 more minutes until 2, but yeah, I have so much
at
stuff
2,
that I need to
she's
get.
out of here. So Celeste's family better show up. Like,
Yeah, they're on
where's
my time. Now I'm gonna be upset like you
Yeah,
would.
thank you.
Like,
Thank you very much. We've been waiting around and, it sounds like the DA could have taken a few more questions possibly. Okay, so this is a random thing. I don't know. This morning, I was like up listening to you actually, and I was feeding the animals real quick, and there was a freaking scorpion like underneath one of my cats, like her scratcher thing that had moved. It was the biggest scorpion I've ever seen. I was so freaked out. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I took care of it, but I'm still like, that wakes you up. But I was like, what was it doing out in the middle of the day? Like usually those things, you don't really see them in the day. They typically wander around at night. But man, scorpion season.
yeah, no, I wanted to cover the Blake Lively trying to halo effect herself with Justin Bieber. I don't know if y'all saw that this morning.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh no. And then it's like backfiring on her because all the Swifties are like, how dare you? Because remember, Justin Bieber supported Taylor Swift, or the whole Kanye Taylor Swift feud or whatever. Remember, he was with Scooter Braun at the time, and like they made that whole little video with Kanye or whatever. So anyways, I'm like, I have a lot to say, and the citizens are going wild because there's a lot of people. The thing is on Instagram where she reposted it, Blake Lively is still liked on Instagram and on Threads for whatever
Okay.
reason. I don't know if it's just bots or whatever,
Yeah,
but
I
she's
want to
still
know
liked over
about
there.
that. She gets like, I mean, thousands of likes, but then her comments section, she keeps it like limited or something. But if you're getting that many likes, like, why not just leave it open? I mean, she gets a lot of likes. Can bots like things? I don't know how bots work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. That's what we were talking about.
What time's
I
your
was
live
just
tonight, CJ?
I don't know. That's why I'm trying to get all my stuff done. That I have to in real life because I've been on since this morning. Then I had a tiny little break. I drank more coffee, and then I was like, oh, let me just. I saw that you were gonna get on because I was just gonna listen to Lauren's, and then I saw that you were getting on, and I was like, oh, let's just see what's going on over here. Let's yap a little longer. And I have a ton of stuff to do, so I guess it just depends on probably late night, maybe like 9 Eastern or 10 Eastern.
Okay, so here's what Lauren posted. She said, below is what's available on the Los Angeles Superior Court website regarding David's charges. The DA is alleging that Burke S.A.'d Celeste in 2023 when she would have been 11 to 12 years old. They also allege that her body was dismembered over a week after she was killed. Wow, so how would they know that timing? That's very interesting. Yeah, let's see. Okay, there's the case number. That's cool. And these were the charging statute. Okay, so the essay was from 2023, yeah. And then 423 is the they're saying that was the date, offense date, April 23rd for the murder, the special circumstances, and then the mutilation of the remains was Cinco de Mayo. Yeah.
They're saying Cinco de Mayo?
5/5 mutilation of the remains. So that's like, 13 days later.
So, okay, the concert was on the 27th. So it seems like, okay, so then she was unalived on the 23rd then.
That's what they're saying.
Murder
I
to
mean,
prevent testimony, so, and then what? He went on tour the 3 days later in Houston. He went back home to his family. But what did he do with the body then? Because he didn't mutilate her till what, 2 weeks later?
so it looks like.
Is that when they say that she was in the freezer or whatever? Sorry, you guys. Khaleesi had a
No,
trigger warning.
I
When we're
don't.
talking about
I
this
don't
stuff.
know if that was ever substantiated. The freezer thing. It was a weird. The whole thing that whole part was weird, but hopefully when we get the medical examiner's report, we'll hear more about it. So let me just check again.
Oh, they're saying it started in September, so they must have some text messages from September of 2023, or is that when he met her?
No, that's when they're saying the essay of a child was September 2023.
But that's what I'm saying. Like for SA, right? They would have to either be text messages that Celeste sent somebody, which could be possibly hearsay because she's not here anymore. So I'm
I
trying to
mean,
think of what evidence do they have of the
maybe he
that
told
far
her
back.
to send him pictures or something.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Maybe, yeah. Or they have text messages between him and her because I wonder if they were able to get into his phones for forensics. Like, are they allowed to in a criminal investigation without him knowing? But then iPhones, I don't think you can. But they were talking to each other through Discord. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's something through Discord. Because, like, like if she texts him saying, like, oh, da da da, you did this. And then he was talking to her through these messages, then they have proof.
Trish says, why won't BL just stay off of social media until after the trial? She annoys me to my core. I'm sure her lawyers are asking her like the same thing, like, stop talking,
Oh, who,
stop posting.
Blake?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good stream. We're gonna be talking about like the halo effect and the horn effect. Like she's trying to and Ashley Brianna Eve did a really good one in the morning, breaking down the SEO stuff. And she was also like, oh, this makes me sick to my stomach. Cause like Bieber has gone through so much and he's barely like coming back up after, you know, people, talking about him and all this stuff that he was abusing drugs and all kinds of stuff. And then now, like, now that he's got like the big star on him, now you want to speak on it and say something. But then again, everybody's talking about Coachella and Bieberchella right now. I mean, poor DFJ has to hear about it all the time from me, her and Laura. So all the social media people are like trying to, because that's what's being talked about. So maybe that's what they wanted to do. And I'm thinking also like now if you Google Blake and Justin, maybe that's what she was trying to like, instead of popping up stuff from the trial, it'll pop that up. I'm gonna see if Ashley wants to come on the show, but I never even went to go check to see if when you Google it, if MSM has picked it up, because I don't think MSM has picked it up yet.
Picked up what?
The Blake post.
Oh.
I think they're still running with the Ryan Reynolds, but it's a slow news cycle. They'll eventually, I think, probably pull it up. I mean, they might not. I mean, I hope not, because I don't want Bieber's name associated with her name. Like that brings him down.
Well,
yeah, no, that nobody's reporting on it yet.
Are Milk Jugs and Tay Tay friends?
I thought they were, but if she's supporting Bieber, I don't think they are, because remember, like I said, Bieber was on the stream or that video with Scooter Braun and Kanye when she was going through that whole controversy about the song with Kanye.
This is funny. Pam says,
the Swifties are kind of turning on her.
SEO attaching to a different Justin.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because I feel like this is something I keep wondering about ever since like Carol from Docket Updates, shout out to her, ever since she brought it up on our stream when we're like, we don't think they're friends, and she's like, well, I think they're friends. Like, look at this article, they could be friends and just behind the scenes. And then I keep going back and forth because I'm just like, I feel like she would make some sort of statement. Like, why wouldn't she even make a statement for Lively like she did for Kesha? Kesha was a hot mess express, and she gave a statement in support of Kesha. So I don't know. And then the fact she didn't let her come to the Super Bowl, that was weird. She's not going to the wedding. We know that. That's weird. And then for Blake to put the dragon in her message, like, was that like a, hey, bestie? Like, was that because they're not besties anymore? I don't know.
Yeah, the dragon one I thought, but like with this, I'm like, I'm rethinking it.
Because Taylor wouldn't want her to do that, right?
Yeah, unless Taylor and Justin have squashed everything, because he's no longer with Braun and Scooter Braun, and that was one of the people that allegedly is going around that take advantage of him and his money and all that stuff, because he left he had a clothing line called Drew, and he left that clothing line. So basically he left everybody in his past who he alleged that he hasn't said any names or whatever. So I don't want to like put that out there, but it's known, like the people who follow Bieber, that it was Scooter Braun and his business manager and like all these people who were and that Hailey Bieber, when she got that $1 billion deal for Rhodes or whatever, for her makeup line, that she paid Scooter Braun, because when he had to cancel his tour from having that Bell palsy or whatever on his face, Scooter fronted the money to the company, because it's like when Kanye canceled his tour, like it's like a whole insurance thing, like you have to pay money, like you can't just cancel it and not be, because they've already scheduled everything or whatever. So yeah, Scooter loaned him the money, so he was in debt to Scooter, and so supposedly, and this is all alleged, we don't know if this actually happened, but that supposedly Haley paid off that debt for him and he was finally free. So he started his new clothing line, Skylark, and then just doing things independently. Like we didn't even know the Swag album was gonna drop until billboards went up like a week before. So he's doing everything kind of like as an independent kind of artist. I mean, he still has a label, but he's not like, he's obviously, you saw that he's not like a pop star anymore. He's bringing back R&B. I'm so excited. I could talk all day about him, but yeah, tune in tonight. Have your notifications on. Where is the family? It's still just like, I'm telling you, these press conferences are like that. They'll just be posted up there with the mic and then it takes them
But it's
forever.
like, but I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. Like, if I was the family, I would have been there like early to hear everything the DA said. This whole thing is strange to me. I don't know how to explain it, but like, one of my friends, I used to be late. Like sometimes I'd run late a lot. One of my friends said, like, if you actually care, like you'll make the effort to show up on time. And then I was always like, and then I was always the first one whenever like, a close friend has something. So I was like, you're right. Like, I need to make that decision and to show people I give an F. But like, if my freaking family member was murdered and there's a presser and I know the press is out there, I'm not making them wait. I'm getting there right away. You know who would have been here like first thing in the morning? Steve Gonsalves. Like anytime he had a chance to talk to the press about what happened to his daughter, he was there. He would be there even before they would even show up. Like I'm not trying to throw shade at her family or anything. And maybe like that, everyone deals with things their own way, but it's just, CJ, you get it, right? Because we watch so many of these cases with these families. And so when something like this happens and they're just like, it's past 12, you guys, like, come on, they need to like, their lawyers should be out there. They have all the press there. They're waiting on the family and I don't think this is the right way to do this.
Yeah, I don't think so either because I got crap to do. No. Mary
know.
said that like a citizen put in work on a Google Doc timeline. Mary, can you send that to me?
But
It's
is it verified? I like, do they have links? I like to see everything like verified.
I'm like, I just want to go see what that timeline, because I've seen several timelines. There's one that's built on Reddit too.
Mary, if you send it to Khaleesi or Christina, we can pull it up in the chat. Or even to CJ, but CJ's gonna get out of here soon.
Yeah, can you send it to my because I just want to like sleuth it out later. Can you send it to my email? It's cjournalist24@gmail, because I can't put it in the chat, or send it to me on X or on TikTok. But I'm
I
sad.
think
Like
your
if somebody
Gmail
could.
is something else, remember?
Oh yeah, it's cjournalist2024. I forgot
Yeah.
I had to put a 20 in front of
I
it
like
because
how I
apparently.
know what her email is.
Yeah. But yeah, they were saying that somebody was using her phone in July to text friends. Was there text messages from July or was that in 2024?
Okay, but like if she's a missing person, wouldn't they be tracking her phone?
Yeah, I just feel like whoever dropped the
I
ball
want to
too
know
on
where
the
the
missing
phone
person
ended
stuff.
up, actually. Where do you think the phone ended up?
I don't know. And can they? I wonder if she had like no, because I think she did have an iPhone. Because with iPhone, I think you can get like cloud messages, whatever's in the cloud, right?
Yeah.
If it's like a criminal case. With Androids, you probably can't. You could probably just get like the basic information that was oh my God, look at Katie. Bieber performed with Billie Eilish. Hasn't she thrown shade Taylor's way? Yeah, there was
Wait, what?
there was rumors of that too. They were like, what about the Billie Eilish stuff? Like the whole Taylor Billie Eilish feud. It's not official that they ever feuded, but yeah.
That Taylor and Billie feuded?
Yeah, that Taylor and Billie.
Oh.
But they were pictured together at one point. Okay, let's see. She said, hopefully I got it right. Let me go check my email real quick and see if it's there. If
And
that
I like how
timeline is there.
the stream just went dark. That's not a good sign. Stand by. I'm not standing by. I want my press conference now. Hold on.
You said I'm not standing by. No, y'all, I really have to go. I gotta go
Yeah,
run errands.
I know. And seriously, like it's Monday. I got a million things to do. And now I'm just gonna like be thinking about this until it happens. But this is just like, wow. And this is Los Angeles. Like they've got good people that can coordinate stuff, and it's just a disaster.
Oh my God, Mary, yes, I did get it. And it's got like pretty highlights and stuff. It's got pink highlights for you.
Send it to me, CJ. Send it to me.
Okay.
Can you send me the link?
Thank you, Mary. You work so hard in the chat. I appreciate all your contributions in the chat.
Yes. Okay, so we got a new update. Hold on. Okay, Lauren, new. Per the Rivas family attorney, Patrick Steinfeld, Celeste's family, Jesus Rivas' father, Mercedes Martinez' mother, and Jennifer Martinez Hernandez's sister will attend Anthony Burke's arraignment this afternoon. Steinfeld will make a brief statement, but indicated the family will not be taking any questions and are asking for privacy. The family requests that the media respect their privacy during this difficult time. They express concern that some media outlets constantly call their home and knock on their door to get a statement. Please understand this family is still grieving the loss of their daughter. We will inform the media if they change their mind. Wait, what? What is that supposed to mean? You'll make a brief statement when?
It's probably going to be the attorneys with them next to them. I don't think they're going to get up on the mic. It's probably going to be the attorney making the statement. I honestly think it's also because of the civil suit. That's my theory, and I know, like, I'm just giving my personal opinion. My theory is that
Lauren's
they
gonna
probably
hate me.
don't want to do too much talking if there's going to be a civil wrongful death suit, because that's not smart.
Okay.
I'm not saying there is going to be one, but I looked up the guy, Patrick something, I think his name is, or maybe it started with a P, I think, but I looked him up. So maybe it's just going to be.
Lauren's going to get so annoyed. I commented on every single one of her posts today asking questions, but it is what it is. I have questions. What did they say? What time? So are they not making a statement? Look at all these people who are waiting for their families to make a statement. Whatever. I think it's weird. So now the lawyer said that the lawyer's going to make a statement, but the family's not. Okay. When?
I'm assuming that the lawyer will, but who are all these people coming out? That's just random people, randos?
It looks like it's just a very busy courthouse. A lot going on. That is so strange.
So it's set for 1:30. So it's what time over there? It's 12:30. So yeah, it's gonna be another hour. So they're gonna see after the arraignment.
But are they were gonna make their comment before, so maybe they changed their mind? Like,
Or maybe we just read it wrong and we thought it was gonna be after the indictment and it was after the arraignment and we just misread it.
No, I read it very clearly, and I will pull it up because this is exactly what they said. It was down here because I had reposted it as well. They said, ahead of David's arraignment.
I sent you the timeline. I don't know if you wanted to, like, I mean, it's a lot. It's super robust, but it's got a ton of stuff. The Reddit post I found it through said it was comprehensive, verified, and so hopefully this will be okay. I haven't had a chance to fully look over it or validate anything, obviously, yeah.
You want me to share it?
DFJ needs it to be from the official David website. I'm just kidding.
I do, but this is
like, what? They didn't post an official timeline? We need a timeline.
Well, I just think that, like, well, look, these have hyperlinks, so it looks like they're trying to cite their source. Like, that's what I like. I like cite your source so we can check and verify. But I do appreciate when people put in this. I mean, this looks like someone put in a lot of work into this. I mean,
I'm just looking at 2024, 2025. Like, I mean, the other ones. Oh, wait, what was the date that they said? The September 27th, 2023. Let me see what's in September.
Wait, here's the San Francisco 7:30. Tour bus video of David, Asia, and Neo was 7:29. There was photos of David partying. So they're wait. So they're saying she was gone 4:23. So right before this one. And then Zach Sang show interview where David says he's single.
I wonder if let me see if I can find it.
Mary, do you know who made this so I can give them credit? Because this looked like took a lot of work. Do they have like is this like a Reddit person or I just want to make sure I give them credit.
Okay, so he revealed it, Tommy, in February of 2023. So then Celeste's 13th birthday is in September of 2023. The date that they have for the SA is 9/27/2023. So Tommy was born prior to his alter ego was born prior to the meeting of Celeste, I'm assuming, because this just says Celeste's birthday. So he turned 18 right after. So he creates Tommy in February of 2023, and then he turns 18 in March of 2023. So he would have been 18, and then Celeste turns 13. But and then he gives an interview with Side Door magazine. I wonder if that's the interview where he says the Itami stuff, because I'm pretty sure that was the publication, but I want to go look at that one. I want to look at this September 2023 timeline. He interviews his little sister on 9/15, and then on 9/27 he's over here with freaking Celeste. That's gross. David performs in Miami with SZA. See, that's what I'm saying. SZA's really, really big. He was performing with some big artists. He was on the cusp of making it, really, like bigger than outside
This
of like the Gen Z audience.
when she does this italic purple, I think that's what she's saying is speculation, and they're speculating that the earliest interaction in person between David and Celeste maybe they think was around December 2023, but we just saw on the charging document it was September 2023, not December. It was here, yeah, like you said.
The 27th. That's why I'm looking at all that. He performed with SZA. He interviews his sister. That's all in September, and they're saying the 27th. So it's between his SZA
These
concert
two.
in Miami and then Chicago. So I think that there's video of her, or there might be some video, because I know she went to some of his concerts, but I don't know what states are the ones that she went with him to. But then he turns 19 the following year in 2024, and he calls Celeste his girlfriend in a Discord.
Ew.
So I don't know. But I mean, well, she would still be a minor though, because even if she had a fake ID, all right, let's just go with the plain devil's advocate. Even if she had told me if she had told him she was 17, I guess there's like Romeo's law or whatever, that Romeo law that like you can be like overage and underage if it's like a couple years apart. But it depends what California, I don't know if they have that law. I'm just thinking of what Blair Burke's gonna say. Like if she had a fake ID and showed him a fake ID or whatever, and he, but they must know something, because if, the DA is not just going to say that just out of like that she was a minor, and I don't think California has Romeo laws. Look at 5/6. Okay, 5/6 of 2025. Asia, Neo, and David are rating the Met Gala looks. Which one does she want us to look at? Yeah, Katie, he talked about it, Tommy on X in February of 2023. Yeah, that's why I wanted to know, when did he create the personality? Because I was like, what if he created it like right after? But it seems like it was before he met her. So wait, what is
wait, hold on. Let me go back to the chat. I want to see. Vegas says many years ago the law was 16 and 6 years. Oh wow, 6 years. Mary said, I hope this person gets back on and updates more. Yeah, they need to. But did you find their name? Okay, let me know if you do, and I'll just make sure they get credit. And Kamina says they went, so they were vetting Met Gala links after they mutilated her. WTF. Oh, yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah.
you said Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, that's what it says on the charging document.
Asia, Neil, and David were rating Met Gala looks.
I mean, that's crazy.
That is crazy. This timeline came in clutch.
Ew, what is this? Does that mean they're like eating?
Yeah, Pokemon mukbang, yeah.
That's gross. So then he wasn't out of the country.
Yeah, then he went to Malaysia Bank. That's what I'm saying. So they mutilated her on the 5th, and then he didn't have enough time to dispose of her.
Well,
No,
he
because
could
that's
have
like a
done it
whole week.
instead of mukbanging. He could have, or looking at Met Gala looks.
And
There's
that's
other.
when the new Celeste starts coming in. It says photo posted of Vanessa, Celeste Herrera, and Neo, because he had like a lookalike who was also named Celeste.
Oh my God.
And she was, I think, even wearing her sweater or something. Like he had like 2 girls that looked like Celeste around him.
So I don't think we're getting this press conference. I think it's going to be the arraignment, and then her family's lawyer is going to make a statement, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't think that it's going to be the family speaking personally, and they're not taking any questions. So I'm sure we could just get the lawyer statement after, unless you want to
afterwards.
stay on.
No,
But
because I
I
think
only
that
stayed on because of Mary. Mary kept me on here with her timeline, so I'm like, what?
you get CJ in a good Reddit post, like forget it.
I'll go
Like
down a rabbit hole, and then y'all won't see me till tomorrow night.
you were
Fuck the
banned from
Diva
Reddit.
show.
CJ was banned from Reddit. You guys know that? And
Yeah, for a while because I commented on Survivor. I was a little too overzealous in the Survivor Reddit,
she says not
and
sorry.
and then Mary says not sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mary, for keeping me on. But no, yeah, I commented on the Survivor Reddit, and the reason why I got banned was because I tried to use another account. So it was under my real account, and then I tried to use the C Journalist account to just continue because I still wanted to like comment. I was like, okay, my bad. I didn't know we couldn't like attack people or whatever. Like people do it all the time, and all of a sudden, like I get a ban for it. Because you always say like if you like certain players, like oh this player didn't play like this or whatever, and I made a comment, whatever, I got banned from that account. Then I used my C Journalist account to try to, but I guess it's like it tracks your IP or whatever. And so they're like, you have a perma ban. So then I couldn't even post to C Journalist or anything. This is like back when the Blake case was popping off too. So all I could do was just watch. I couldn't comment. I couldn't do
Mary,
nothing.
what Reddit forum is it? We can probably look it up if you can tell us what's the name of the forum.
Oh, she said she emailed me the Reddit post. Okay, hold on.
Then she said it won't let you.
It wouldn't let her email the post.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to whoever created this. If you're in the chat,
I know. I want to give them credit, and I don't know. But like that, someone was like, this is what I like to do. I like these very detailed timelines. I put them together myself for other things. Okay, she said this is the Reddit. Oops, this is the Reddit, the Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and the post is titled "Timeline?" question mark. So, let me see if we can find it real quick.
all right, y'all got me for 5 more minutes, and then I for realsies. This ain't no Russian goodbye. I for realsies have to
She's
go.
like, I gotta go. You guys gots to go. That's true. I do too. But I want to know, like, I don't know. I just think this whole thing was very strange. Hold on, it's not letting me. Okay, here. And let me look.
Yeah, the official charging documents will probably come. It says, SF just put, I'm heading to the court to watch the arraignment if it happens in the afternoon and to get y'all the official charging documents. So shout out to SF Investigates. He gonna be on it.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. What do you say?
He said he's gonna go get the docs. He just posted 5 minutes ago.
He said charging documents claim David used a sharp instrument to kill Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and that on or about May 5th, 2026, he dismembered her.
So he first used a sharp object. So she did get unalived with sharp. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
That's so sad. I'm gonna pray for her. If y'all are prayer warriors or y'all believe in that, y'all pray for her. That's crazy. That's crazy. Poor baby. We kind of just talk about it like however because we're kind of desensitized to it because I've been following true crime for like 20 years. I don't know how long you've been in the game.
Yeah, a
DFJ.
long time. I don't know if anyone remembers it. I can't find anyone who remembers this, but before there was Court TV, there was a YouTube channel called like Lady Liberty or something, and she used to pull the court feeds and for all the like these cases, and I started watching there, and that was like so long ago, and I can't even find any of her channels anymore, and because I remember like one got shut down and she had another one, but she was the original Court TV, and so I was watching them off there, and like there's
I was
still
doing America's Most Wanted. Who all remembers America's Most Wanted with John Walsh? And then the unsolved mystery cases and all that. Like I was true criming way back in the Lifetime days. Yep, that was America's Most Wanted to be like, and then he did all this, and I was like super like young, too young to be watching all that. Too young to be
Wow.
watching all that.
And then he's saying that like that he's planning, to go if it happens in the afternoon. Well, that's what everyone's saying. Hello. It's saying that it's this afternoon. The Associated Press said it's this afternoon. I mean, it says not
But
for
see,
him.
I did say like we do need to be patient because I remember the Larry Maletti case where everybody's like, arrest him. It was his wife came up missing, and the last time she was seen was inside the house, and it was like everybody knew like they were having problems or whatever, and she was never seen coming out of the house. So it was like, what the heck? And he still lived in that house with his kids
Oh my
for
God.
I believe like a year with his kids after he had done that to the I mean, obviously he's still going to trial, so it's allegedly but it came out that he was using like spells to try to like do stuff to her.
Oh my
And
God.
then the moment she went missing, he was like, "Oh, I don't need any more spells. Can you transfer the spell to the guy she was cheating with or whatever?" Like he transferred the spell to someone else. So it's a crazy case. I'm gonna cover it. I think it's going to trial in January of 2027. But
And it could be that they had a hard time getting all the things they need to get because it looks like people really did not want to cooperate, and like not everyone was in the same place. Like his family was in Texas, his Neo was like in some other state, and
yeah, they probably were just. But that's what I'm saying. That case, and then the case that I'm talking about, the girl with the pasture, he's still out there. Like they're still
that
trying to
case
get him on.
is insane. That guy needs to go away for life. He's scary.
Oh, is this him? No,
What?
that's just a rando. Okay, I thought that guy was coming up to the mic.
No. I don't think anyone's coming up because it looks like everyone took their mics away. Unless it's just a bad angle.
Well, isn't there a mic right there on the left side, or am I tripping? Is that just that's a pole, or is that a mic? On the left side, I'm like, are those mics? Oh, they're just like lights or something, huh?
I don't know.
My
Yeah.
bad. I thought those were mics, but
And they could be. Who knows?
yeah. Sometimes it takes a really long time. And look at Squirrel, the Chipmunk
Oh
Slayer.
my God, that one is so
Barry
crazy.
Morphew.
That's in
He's
college.
still walking.
That's where Yarn and Order is. I was like, you definitely need to cover that because that case, I need to know. I need there to be that case is crazy. Those daughters are so crazy.
The Barry
And you
Morphew
have the
case.
receipt.
Yeah, I
You
still
have the
have never.
receipt.
Well, you have it too. You can show it on your channel too.
Well, I didn't want to because I was gonna have you do it because you
Well,
got
maybe
them.
we'll
I just
cover
was
it
glad to see
once he
them.
goes to trial, and we'll show the video. But yeah, I got all the crazy videos of the daughters on from Paula Mooney. I love her. She always has like the receipts on everything. She goes and gets the body cam stuff. She spends a lot of money on this stuff.
Okay, here I did find this post. So it looks like the username is Sack and Save. And so all the credit to them. And hold on one second. Let me just because that looks like they did do a lot of work. One sec, you guys, it's making me verify myself to pull this up.
Carm said Mary should have dropped this an hour ago to keep us busy. Sorry, I wasn't in the rabbit hole proper yet, said Mary. I love this for us.
Okay, so whoever this user is, thank you, because they're the ones who made it. And yeah, then you have to click this.
So go give them some karma points, y'all. Go up there and give them some karma points. I don't know if you can link it in the chat so they could go upvote it. For those of us who still haven't read
okay,
it.
hold on.
Who can upvote and give karma points.
Yeah, let me see if I can put the full post in here.
Okay, any last let me go check the chat. Any last questions or comments or
Yeah, pull up your questions for CJ, and I'm just gonna
where did he get the sharp object thing, says Carm. Yeah, we don't know that, Carm. Well, I mean, we're waiting on these charging documents, so hopefully it says.
Yeah, I want to know how he got that.
But I'm trying to tell you. Let me see if I could pull it. What date was that Chase thing that he liked that post? I think it was in the Dave Idiots Reddit. Hold on, let me go look. Because I'm like, what if he got like ideas from all the stuff that he was watching, and then he just like snapped or whatever. I mean, I'm not saying that that's okay, but
people watch crazy stuff all the time, and it doesn't make them act on things. Oops.
And I feel so bad for his parents. I just can't imagine being a mother or a father of somebody who.
So this is really weird. It's not letting me. I have pulled something up right here. You see it? Why isn't it going
Mhm.
to the stage? Oh, maybe because I have us. Hold on. I have to go
Mary
like
said,
this.
"Why you gotta leave us like this?" The Dave idiots read it. Yeah. Wait, what was I looking up? Oh, the Chase Nash thing. I think that was his name, Chase. I think it might have been Nash. Am I tripping? The Chase kid. That's what they call him, the Chase kid. It's
I don't
weird
even
that
know
we're not
who
seeing
you're
more of
talking
this
about.
guy. It's this guy that was like in a video where he's uh it says the guy, okay, hold on. I can't find the actual video of where it shows him. Oh, it's called the Buzzkill video. And he's Chase Keith is supposed to but they're basically not saying that he's involved. It says in March of 2025, he made a short film of him dismembering a body and a fly is watching and it's the fly's point of video or point of view in the video. So it's a fly watching him dismember a body. But a year ago, someone commented that David should make a series. David wasn't even in the video, but he liked it. And they have a lot in common. They were friends. They both liked death and some people thought that maybe he was involved or whatever, but I mean, obviously, no, we're not going to say anybody's involved in all this stuff, but, and we probably can't show the video because it's pretty crazy, but if you guys want to go watch it, it's called Buzzkill and it is horrific. I don't even know if I want to put those things on y'all's heads, but it's in the
CJ, why is
first
this
like
like
3
such
minutes
a
of it.
delay adding to
And he's got
stage?
like Dexter style, like tarps and stuff.
Do you
So,
see
I mean, I
this?
get it. Like, I'm all for like creativity and stuff, but yeah, some of this stuff is crazy. Me and DFJ talked about it with the Brian Koberger stuff, and she's like, "No, people watch scary movies all the time, and they don't go killing people. Like, people watch horror stuff all the time.
Yeah. It's
But
the
what
same
if it's
thing.
just like people who are mentally weak?
It's also like the
Like, I
same
don't
thing
know.
with
Remember we
drugs.
had that discussion with the Koberger stuff, like whether it was like
Good or
consumption
evil.
of dark shit.
Yeah, that was a
Are you
really
still
good
there,
stream.
DFJ? Did
Yeah,
she go
can you hear
out?
me? No, I'm
Yeah,
here.
she
You
might have
can't hear me?
gone out.
No. Oh no. Okay, hold on.
Can y'all still hear me, or is it me that's out? Can y'all still hear me? Oh, I can hear both of you. I can't hear DFJ. Okay, I'm gonna go back out because I can't hear DFJ. Oh, she's gone. Is she going back in and coming back in? Yeah, I couldn't hear her. I can hear CJ. Okay. It is lag though on the chat. I can hear you. She left. Okay, so maybe she's coming back in. Yeah, maybe they get desensitized to it. Yeah, he had it all. All he had to do was go through for her be all he had to do was go through a trial for her being a minor. He could have, yeah. I don't know how much they would have given him. He would have registered as a S offender, and I don't know how much time. I don't know if somebody can research that. What the California statutes is for like being with a minor or whatever. But yeah, he chose to do that instead. That's really weird.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It says that they could hear you talking and me talking, but they couldn't hear both of us talking. So now hopefully they can hear because I can hear
Oh,
you
like
now.
they
They
us,
could
but we
hear
couldn't
both of
hear
us
each other.
talking, but I couldn't hear you. I was just like, "Hello, are you there?" But yeah, it's the Buzzkill video, and that's just crazy that they would joke around about dismemberment, cannibalism, all kinds of stuff. So
When was
these are the
that?
people that he was keeping in his company. They said, hold on, it was March of 2025. So the dismemberment happened on Cinco de Mayo. So that's what I'm saying.
It's
Oh, May
correlative but not
2025. Hold on, let me
substantive.
send you this. May
Okay.
2025, Chase, Keith, David, Neo, and Asia in an escape room. David finds a sack and Neo says there's a body in there. Let me
What?
send this to you.
Oh my god.
But what is the dates? It just says May. May 2025, OMG. Um, hold on, let's see. This is the Super Sleuth edition. That's what you should put on there in the description. The Super Sleuth edition of because we're literally sleuthing in real time. Y'all got me here. I'm like, I gotta go, y'all. Okay, last one. Um, Yeah, so they just removed the music. Yeah, people are like, these are corny weirdos. I mean, they were. This is weird.
They were deaf on drugs and had no empathy. Well, that's the thing. I'm just like, millions of people every day do drugs, and they're not millions of murders or whatever, every day. And it's so, to me, there's something very wrong. Oh, I did pull up the Reddit.
Yeah, you
I
missed
did.
it. She did pull it up.
Yeah, I did, and then I took it down. You know what else? I also put the link. If you scroll up a little bit, Carmina, I did put the link in the chat, so you can go check it out. It's up here. So if you scroll up a bit, click that, and that should work. This case is crazy. It is crazy. So, and I want to know though, like, where did SF Investigate get that information about the knife or the sharp object?
Did you get the video? Just don't
Oh,
put
hold
the
on.
sound because I don't
Where'd you
want you to
put
get
it?
copyrighted.
Oh,
I
I see it.
messaged it to you.
Okay, hold on. You guys, who's calling me? Hold on. Mac? Oh, I have to take this. Do you want to pull it up?
I don't know if I can pull it up on my phone.
Okay,
Let me
you guys, I have
see.
to take this. I will be right back.
Okay. I'll keep the chat going here. So basically, there's a video that she's gonna pull up here when she gets back of Neo, which is his friend, Asia, which is the girl that hung out with them, Chase, Keith, and David, who are in an escape room. And none of these people, but these people could come up as witnesses later. Like, because they were around at that time. Look, May 2025, Chase, Keith, David, Neo, and Asia go to an escape room. David finds a sack, and Neo says there's a dead body in there. So, who knew what when? Did Neo turn? Is he going to be getting immunity? Like, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? DFJ, yeah. CJ, now I have to stay. I know. She's like, nah, I gotta take this. There's another mega. Oh, look, there she pulled it up. There's the video. So they're in the escape room. That's, I think, Chase. There's Asia. And they're just and there's David doing some 6-7 stuff, I'm assuming, because that was the 6-7 hand thing they do. But yeah, so they were in an escape room. I wonder if this is before or after. Is this late May? Is this early May? So that's the sack that apparently he finds and says it's a dead body. I mean, it could have been that he was just doing this stuff in the background and nobody knew around him. Everybody thought it was just a skit, and like, people are just being creative. All the time people make horror movies and what is it called? Like but like gore corn, that they call it, like the Saw movies, or like the Hostel movies. Like, that's why I stopped watching horror. Like, it started to get too much. Someone had to be helping him, said Just Khaleesi, but I don't know if I can pull it up. Yeah, show on stage. Someone had, oh, I guess it doesn't work. Someone had to be helping him. I agree. That it seems like, I mean, unless he just had the stamina to do it himself. So this is all allegedly in our opinions, but there could have been a scenario, Khaleesi, where he just had the stamina to do it himself. Pam says, what is 6-7? It's something with the young kids, the Gen Zers and Gen Alphas. It means it was like a basketball like term or whatever. It's just like a joke that the kids have, and they just say 6-7 and like move their hands like they're um tumbling like balls or whatever, like basketballs. Who moved the car though? That's what we're trying to figure out. Who was the one moving the car? But I mean, they had air fresheners in there, so maybe they just didn't smell it or just thought it was rotted food. Cause y'all remember there was a when I was in the Reddits one time, there was a video of a car getting pulled over, like on the border. I think it was either like a border crossing or like, like those checkpoints they have to check the car. And they swore that there was like a dead body in it or whatever. And they took like the young kid and his girlfriend out. It's like the body cam footage or whatever. And they were like, dude, there's a dead body, da da da. And like, you see like the voiceover, because it was like on one of those shows like Dateline or something. And you see the voiceover, and they take the whole car apart, and it like they never found anything. and the car smelled like really bad. So I'm like, I don't know what the heck. It could have just been that he thought it was just like a funk smell. I don't know what. DFJ is the one that at one point said that the odor would have been too much, like you would have noticed it. But I've never smelt like rotting, or I think DFJ, I don't know. I don't want to speak on it, but I think she might have like lived in an apartment where somebody was had passed away or something, and that's how she knows the odor. Neo and Asia had to have known something. She just stopped showing up, says Carm. I mean, maybe he said she went back home. Maybe she said she went back home. David spends most of his time with other people. Someone
So
must have seen
sorry. I'm
something
back.
fishy.
What
That's
happened?
okay. Nothing. I was just talking about the somebody was talking about the moving of the car. And I'm like, yeah, it would have smelled, but what if they just thought it was a funky smell? And didn't you say somebody in your apartment building or something at one point? He
Yes, and
smelled it, and that it's like, no, you would know that it's like a.
you would know. It was terrible, and yeah, we had reported it to the landlord, and they didn't do anything, and then we reported it to the city. It smelled like really bad sewage. It wasn't in my, it was the building next to me, but it was all the same complex. And so then I went over there because they had called the police finally, and it was about like, a body that had been there at least a week during, and it was like after, I think it was still after it had been removed, I still smelt it. Like I went over there and I had a gas mask on and it still got through to my nose. And I think that's for a reason, like Mother Nature works in very strange ways. And I think the reason why it smells so putrid like that is, to warn you. It's the same with the animals, they know when they smell death to like stay away. And so, yeah, it was really bad.
That's
You
what they're
would know.
saying, is that somebody moved the car, so somebody smelled it. So they're not saying when they asked, "Are you going to arrest somebody else?" They're like, "Well, if we do, we're going to let you know." He didn't say no. He didn't say no. He said if that comes up, we'll let you know. So I don't know if somebody else. They're talking about like what's a possible witness list. Obviously Neo, because we know he sat for the grand jury. Asia, I don't know if she sat for the grand jury or not, or if they're going to call her because she was around at that time too in all these videos. I want to do a compilation of all the streams now around that time, that May Cinco de Mayo date.
Yeah.
Like, were
And
they in a fight? So what, April?
no, but
But
why?
that could have
Why
been
was
just
this?
when he mutilated it. He could have already had unalived her April 23rd, because that's when the
Mhm.
charge for murder is on the 23rd.
Yeah.
And then maybe had her body, and then he didn't mutilate her till a month after. And people were speculating if he had help and stuff. And then I educated the chat on what 6'7" was, because people didn't know what it was.
Oh yeah. What? So yeah, because I saw Kenny said she hasn't heard an adult be able to explain it.
Yeah, it's a basketball term, because it's the height of a like basketball player. It was like a, how like memes go viral and stuff like that. So it's like 6'7", so that's why the hands go like this, because it's like you're holding basketballs.
So look at Gelth Walker says, I did see an article say that all of David's friends thought the girl was 19, not 14.
Well, yeah, I saw something that was from supposedly someone who knew them or whatever on Reddit, that said that she had a fake ID, that she was legit, had a fake ID. But then I saw another post that she was trying to get a tattoo at David's house when they were like all getting tattoos, and that at least the tattoo artist, I think I saw that on SF Investigates post, that the
That they
tattoo
knew because
artist
you have to show an
didn't give
ID.
her, didn't give her the, so I don't know if yeah, it's a height thing. And then the kids just took it as like an annoying thing, like 6'7". So yeah.
I thought it was 3 numbers for some reason. It's just 6'7"?
Yeah, it's just 6'7". So it's the player is a LaMelo Ball that it was after. He's
It's
6'7".
ISIS email wants to know when the 2-hour trip to Santa Barbara was.
The trip to Santa Barbara.
The 2-hour
They said
trip.
it was early spring. We don't have, that's not in the timeline. Let me go look. But she said, I thought nobody knew what 6'7" stood for. Look at you bringing us the info.
I know. You guys, CJ is going to have so many things to do today. She has our show tonight.
I know. I'm over here educating y'all on 6'7". I gotta go, y'all.
Bieber. She's doing her Bieber fever or whatever.
My Bieber fever. I know. And then I was like, because you know how I felt like the dragon. Remember on my stream, I was like, was this dragon a challenge directly to me? I'm like, were they seeing me posting Bieber? Like, and then they wanted to rain on my parade? Like, is this like a direct hit from Ryan? Like, is he sending indirects now to me? Because he literally ruined it. I was like, no. I think I posted on X. I was like,
They're
keep
not
my
really
brother's
moving.
name out your mouth.
They're not really moving though, are they?
I don't know. Oh my God, Trish is making jokes. Okay, y'all. Now I for reals have to go. That was the last question that I was taking was a 6'7" question. 143. And no, there's nothing on this. I just Googled the timeline, Santa Barbara. There's nothing about him taking a trip. He attended the Variety, but that's Santa Monica, so no.
Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
I know, that's why I was like, nah, now I gotta go. Now we're just now we're just hanging around just to hang around.
Yeah,
But
because
I
like this
appreciate y'all.
arraignment's not till 1:30. We're not going to see it. It's not going to be public. We're going to get updates afterwards, from people who are in there. So I think maybe we could all leave around this time.
Well, I don't mean to
And
end the chat. Like, remember yesterday we were talking
no,
about like one person leaves the chat and then everybody starts leaving.
I think that is probably the right thing to do. Because, we've been going for a while and I think we really discussed this case more than any other channel probably right now. We thought we were
We
going to hear
got the
from
Coachella flip. We got
yeah, we got everything.
the
We thought
Itami.
we thought we were going to see our Celeste family make a statement and possibly her lawyer's going to make one after the arraignment now. But it just looks like right now, I think the Associated Press knows what they're talking about. I think they're out there, but that's because they know the arraignment's for 1:30. It'll probably be pretty quick, and then people will come out and let us know what happened. So I think it would be a good idea to close things out here. CJ, thanks again for stepping in and joining us and taking time away from everything you have to do. And thanks to the chat, everyone, for entertaining us and sleuthing things out with us. And if you feel inclined, if you're a replay crew, just leave a comment. That would be great for the algo, or a like.
And if you found any value in the stream, support DFJ because she works hard on her slides and stuff.
Yeah,
So
that'd
shout
be
out to
cool.
DFJ. It'd be
Thank
cool for
you.
her to get some support. And we did get a cool little membership. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Lori.
The last thing I'm gonna say is you know me, I'm an empath until I'm not. And this fool was playing Fortnite right after her body was found. Like, I ain't got no love. I have no
Well,
love. Like, this is
CJ was
insane
feeling
now.
sorry for him the other night. I was like, "Are you crazy?" She feels sorry for everyone. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that
No,
now
I
from
just
people.
like the psychology of it. Like where
Yeah.
did it go wrong? I was saying that I wanted it to be like Minority Report, where he brings up all the scenes and you can go back in time and like try and fix it. But we know how it went wrong in Minority Report. But you can't really fix it, and the whole butterfly effect thing. But I was just like, where did it go wrong? Like, where did we lose this kid? Like, where did he lose his soul? Was it the music industry? Was it before that? Was it the parenting? Were they not paying attention to him? Like, what happened to him? That was my whole thing. Like, I was having empathy for the parents. I was like, how did we lose this kid? Because he's only 21. And yeah, now I'm just like, oh no, like this seems pretty kind of almost premeditated. And when you were gone, Carm was basically saying that like, why was he dang it, I lost it. What was she saying? What was I saying? Dang it, I lost it. Sorry,
Why
I
was
was
he
doing
what?
she said, hold on, let me see, what was the comment? She was basically asking, why was I bringing it up? I don't even remember. I lost it because I started reading the timeline.
Well, while you're doing that, I just want to say, Sam Baby, thank you so much for becoming a member. That means so much, and it goes to like my StreamYard fund and
Oh,
my document fund. I pay a lot, I'm always buying all the documents, and so I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And to the mods, Laura, Khaleesi, and Christina, you ladies are so awesome. Thank you so much. This was like a little bit of a wild ride today, just looking all these things up. And
I
not our
just
normal
remembered.
time.
I just remembered. Hold on
What?
before I forget it again. Carm was bringing up that he should have just taken the SH charges because I was trying to look up like how many years would he have gotten for that? Like if he would have just been like whatever, I was with the minor whatever, and then he would have gone to trial for that, and maybe yes it affected his career or whatever, but at least he would have, because normally I've seen people get in and out and then they just have to register as an S offender, right? Like his whole life wouldn't have been
Well, and
ruined.
also it could have been hard to prove. I mean, yeah, he was under investigation for it, but like, what did they even have at that point? But the fact that like he then like offs her, like, wouldn't he think that would blow it up so much bigger to then like kidnap
Yep.
her? Like, that's crazy to me. Because a
So
lot
we'll
of
leave y'all with that because that's crazy. That's the craziest part. It's like,
yeah, we'll leave y'all. Should we go out with a song?
yeah. Do you want to do something light? One of yours?
Yeah,
What
let's
should
do.
we do?
Let's do. Hold on, they're all in shorts. I have to pull up a short. Let's go out with PGA Letter. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go out with PGA later. But I appreciate y'all.
Lawsuits have a smoking gun. But lively V Wayfarer sure has one.
Oh, there's no sound.
A letter, girl. What were you?
There's no sound on it.
Oh, there's not.
Oh
my God, are you serious?
Yeah.
We're going out
Mary
with
said
it.
this made my head feel better. Actually, I mean, sometimes talking it out, like, because it's super dark stuff, but sometimes it gets even darker when you talk it out. So it's got to be a middle path. I feel like we did it a good service. We tried to figure out what was happening.
Yeah, I think we did good, and I'm gonna try to go out one more time. I don't even know where the other PGA Letter is one, so we're gonna have to go with.
Oh, they can hear it. I couldn't hear it. So maybe it
Oh,
was just
they could
me.
hear
Sorry,
it?
y'all. Yeah, I couldn't hear it. All
Okay,
right,
fine.
y'all.
We're going out with a diss track.
Barbara and Melanie puts the dragon. She wants to be known as the original Karen. If Karen was also a stalking lunatic, did someone put her up to this? Or did she really call to harass someone with an opinion? The court of random opinion. Deborah, a melon head brags about a role in the WGA. Someone tell this 70-year-old has been that she's been played. I hope she was paid. I sure hope Granny was paid. She doing digital violence for free. Hey, Deb, how you get Lauren's number? You didn't think to call from a private line. Who set you up to this? Does his name rhyme with lion? Was it some hack at the New York Times? Do you think grannies don't get in trouble for crimes? The Boone Hall bozos won't pay your bail, so stop this digital violence or we putting you in jail. Wouldn't be surprising that Plantation Khaleesi didn't pay. She even stole a PGA.
Bye, everyone.